Anyways, because of that, like it's a ViewSonic and it is meant for working. It's not great. And I also use it for playing my Xbox on, and apparently it can do better than 720. And I'm tired of only seeing it in 720.
Yeah.
Well,
Your Xbox can do more than 720?
that's
Yeah, it
Be
can
able to
do.
do like 1080p.
Yeah, this one, 1080. No, it can do 4K. Apparently, I've never done it, but
Whoa. I think I need to upgrade my graphics card to be able to do 4K. Let's see what my graphics card is. I don't even know how to see and view that.
I would usually
thought
just
it
be
was
computer
in
settings.
yeah, computer settings. Right?
Computer, like about PC, and it would just pop on there.
Guys, I've been
No.
getting pretty good at building websites.
Oh,
Nice.
Really? That's awesome,
On
man.
WordPress, anyways. But like, I can crank out really professional looking ones
Elementor or
now.
what? Or blocks?
No, I don't use that. I'm still using. Well, I'm using Divi to a certain extent. Sometimes I use Elementor. Sometimes when I really hate myself, I'll just use the built-in one, depending
Gotcha.
on what I'm
Well,
trying to achieve.
I need a quick achievement. I do have Elementor Pro, so
Do you?
I think I can do it on 3 websites. So I can give you a key, so you can pop it on and move it between websites, and then you can basically you get all the code, and then you rip it from the site you built it on and put it on anything else as a CSS, and it'll just input it. You don't need Elementor Pro to do them. It just gives you the quick code snippets, so it saves you a lot of time.
That would be useful. Fuck yeah.
So we'll work with that later. Anyways, welcome back to Ashland, your guys' fun, tribling education corridors of the world in which you have all found yourself. It has been some time since you've been back to Zeroshi, and I'm sure everyone but you and your group of friends of misfits is eager to get back home. During your first 0.5 session, you guys went to a lesson, which is how that the educational building of the Triplings, that isn't so much a actual lesson. It's more like a open book problem where they let anyone in the tribe air their ideas, and then they ridicule you for being an idiot, but then they take what is genuine and then send the idiots to go do the genuine ideas because they'd rather not risk themselves to acquire the necessities to bait and distract that of a rock flying along the coast that has a perch somewhere in the middle of the ocean that somehow can sense a 30-mile radius of detection, preventing your tribe mates from getting through by air. Going through sea is even more dangerous, as there are massive creatures that always seem to appear when they get closest. Now, the beauty of it all is you guys successfully gathered the bait necessary to go forward with this genuine plan that you presented to the tribes. I wouldn't call them the chiefs, but the elders present, which would be Kevin, and I believe it's Pete. Yeah, and Pete, which is the dwarf. And one of you guys are quacking. Who's quacking? Oh, is that you with your sound thing? There you guys go.
Oh
So that's
my
how that
God.
works. I've not fucked with it, but it's like a custom soundboard, right? You can put custom sounds. I think you don't have to use it. Yeah.
Oh my god, we could put like TikTok sounds in there. This was gonna be
This is amazing. I
You
love
can
it.
add whatever.
In your guys' power as your characters. There you go. You can set the theme. That's awesome. I haven't messed with none of that myself yet. Nonetheless, I'm going to roll a d4, and we are going to see whose story we begin with. Bernie. Ooh. Won't this be interesting?
Great.
That's gonna
Is
be
that because I'm an orphan?
use that at all.
Is that it?
The comedic relief is just gold.
Somewhere among the woods, a gorgeous berry field lies in wait for consumption. 7 years ago, an individual was found walking through that of a, well, vast, open, untrekked garden as they thought it was at the time. How old did you say you were, Bernie? 7 years
That
old?
put me as 9 years old.
There you go. As a 9-year-old, you wandered loosely, hunting for what it is you saw in the most recent cover of your favorite Ranger Ted. In the first volume in which you got your hands on, you ran off with the opportunity to present to yourself and to any and all that you had as friends or whatever else your life was like prior, to show off what you could do. 1 second, I gotta make a Ranger Ted drop for you because I forgot. Image. Oh, all right. I'm pull the image so you guys can see his very proud and prized magazine.
God, I can't wait. This is exciting. I'm gonna see Ranger.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have Ranger
Ladies
Ted.
and gentlemen,
Can you see it? Did you see it or no?
I can't see that.
I
Oh,
don't
Oh, now I
know.
can.
Oh, there we go. Yes.
Dang.
within this first article, good Sir Bernie ran off. He just took it and ran with it. At no point in time did he ever think that he would get lost. Bernie, can you describe to us what it was like taking your first 1,500 steps into the woods before you realized that you were misplaced?
Adventurous. I felt like I was going on an adventure. This is great. Nobody can stop me, and everything was new and shiny. And I'm pretty sure I saw it in one of the comics. I'm not really sure what that thing was, but I know that I've seen it. And I was having a great time. And then, what? How do you tell which way's north again?
Give me a intelligence check. Add a -2 to it due to your age.
Okay. Sounds fair. Ability check. -2.
Oof.
Yep. I remember it perfectly. If it's on that side, that's south.
You continue onward, thinking that you'll find your way home, and in doing so, just like in your catalog of the volume half of Ranger Ted, you find a well. In the middle of the woods, how inconspicuous. There is no dulling system to bucket up any water. In fact, when you get next to it and you're just speaking aloud, it echoes back whatever it is you say. At this angle, you cannot see any water below, nor even a glisten.
I would take a rock and throw it down.
As you do, go for it. And
just like, but I would do it like intentionally, not straight down. I want to hear it clatter back and forth.
Yeah, you're being obnoxious. Yeah, you just hear ta, 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 ta. And then you hear a oh, whoa, echo from deep within the well.
I pick up another one and I throw it down again.
And it goes ta 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 ting ting ta do. Hey. Coming from the bottom of the well.
I think I would run away giggling at my age.
You walk off feeling damn happy with what you achieved as you just disturbed potentially something, whatever that might have been. Love it. In doing so, as you turn to walk away, you hear yet again. This time, it's your stomach talking to you. You're awfully hungry.
I know. Ranger Ted says that the forest will always provide.
You flip open the book, and as you do, because you're 9 years old and didn't learn how to read properly, you pull the page open to Berries 101. 1 second. And on Berries 101, leaning into your intelligence roll of a 7, you absolutely eat the right one.
Yeah, yummy. Definitely eat the yummy ones.
You see before you in the catalog, that says Ranger Ted. I know that much. and I think this is advious, and that's 101 for sure. You definitely know your numbers. And then the safe and unsafe and the yummy and the death isn't not obvious, but when you were out there yourself looking and foraging for berries, you're pretty sure they look like this one. At least
Also,
you felt pretty
Oh.
confident.
also, I would say because of my poor reading skills, right? Like with this, everything is edible, but not everything is
Yeah.
intended to be. I think I'm gonna just read it as like everything is edible, everything is intended to be.
I love it.
Like, okay. But not, well, those ones could be eaten too.
In fact, you just grab them all. You're like, look at both bushes, best of both worlds. Everything's edible, right?
In fact, I'll just mix them up because I think that makes it like safer.
Love it. As you
I mean, it
do,
looks like the pictures are like kind of like commingling, if you will. You know.
Right?
on purpose.
Yeah.
You're
Like
This
I'll
is a
make like a
non-misleading
I'll make a
survival guide,
berry
okay?
salad here.
As such, you enjoy it. Oh man, does it taste great! Those blackberries and red berries and pink berries that had thorns on them, and you didn't realize it until you bit into them, and then you picked it all out, and then they were thorn free, and then you continue to consume them. Man, your stomach takes a turn. You're looking a little dizzy. Your vision kind of blurs. You go in and out. You stumble a little. You think you're walking home this entire time with a nice full stomach. You start mumbling to yourself. You realize that it's quite dark outside. And you fall. You pass out for about a few hours. Then you hear some kind of weird rustling in the ground, like a as if something was passing by. It wakes you up. You don't feel any better, though above you is an image that you can't quite make out. Hooded in nature, completely covered from head to toe, and they lean down. What is your name?
Are you Ranger Ted?
It can be. Do you need Ranger Ted here at your side at this time?
I could use him. Yes,
Then call me Ted.
Ted. I don't feel good.
Well, my dear boy. He grabs your catalog that you left next to your side and opens it. I see. It seems as if you misunderstood your lesson at Berries 101. My dear friend, he puts his
Everything
hand over
is
your
edible?
chest. He giggles. Though Ted is not mistaken by the fact that everything is edible, he also too said everything may not be intended to be. As he puts his hand across your chest, you feel this like forceful retching welch from inside as you twirl around and just throw up forcefully your inwards. As you're spewing out, he pats you on the back. There, young one. Where are your parents? I do not see anyone within the few miles of travel.
I guess like I would like look around and see if like I could recognize anything.
Give me a survival check.
All right.
Not bad.
Well, you didn't make me have a negative, which I
True.
probably would have had.
You know, for some reason, kids survive the craziest situations, so anything is possible. So as you kind of look around and you point your finger out gingerly in a direction, you have no clue if it's proper, but you feel like it's good. He goes, well, my sorry boy. There is no village in that direction. In fact, that is not where you came from at all, as that is where I came from. It is very dark out there.
I'd point out a different direction then.
You start spinning like a
You'll get it
confused Elvis. He puts his hand on your head and stops you in one direction. There, you see. That way. That is where you should go. But first, let us have a proper meal. Sit down. You notice then that there is like this weird fire flickering nearby. as he ushers you to a log and you take a seat. You see him bust out this little cutlery setting and he starts chopping things up and making a small little stew. Within about an hour of time prep, and you sitting there disoriented and groggy and drinking some water that he provided to you in a weird leaf-like flesh pouch. He hands you a bowl. What is your name?
Bernie?
Bernie. Well, Bernie, what brought you out here?
Adventure?
You see, adventure is not... Oh, 1 second. It's probably my delivery. Hello?
My immersion's gone, guys.
Yep.
It's also really weird trying to play like a little kid.
I'll be right back.
I'm like, how was I at 9? I don't remember.
Think about any questions your 9-year-old Bernie self would ask this figure about Ranger Ted. I have to go pick some. I have to grab something at the door. 1 second.
Okay.
Like, this is a lot of good prep he's got here.
Yeah.
Man, pretty cool.
I think he's
You're gonna
feeling the
die
vibe of
before
this
we meet
campaign
you?
too. No, I
Pretty
don't
sure
think
you're
so.
gonna die.
Nah, I don't think so.
That's the real reason we're gonna care about going there, because he kills our weird homeless kid.
Somehow in the
Reality
past.
is
You were a ghost
Pretty-
cool.
in the last session. Everyone's like, "What do you mean that kid died 10 years ago?"
I've just been a ghost hanging out with you guys.
Like an Afraid of the Dark episode, isn't it?
Yeah.
Glodian, are you afraid of the dark?
Yeah. I think it was in one of those Goosebumps too.
Goosebumps.
Where it was like the girl who like lived in the house and she thought the boy was the ghost. And it turns out she was, like she had died years before.
Wow. I don't remember that specific one.
Neither do I. But I
Hmm.
remember Goosebumps.
Yeah.
I remember it because that was like my sixth sense. I was like, no, she was dead the whole time. Oh, what my 9-year-old self would ask somebody like him, it would be like,
How old is that guy? I think he was
how
gonna
do I
be
get
our
big and
age.
strong? Like, how me,
What
I
if
was
he's
obsessed with
Ranger
racing.
Ted? He's wearing a hood, right?
He could be.
Yeah.
He might
He
be
could be
Ranger
anyone.
Ted.
I think
Yeah.
SID stands for Stranger in Disguise. That's my guess.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
Or Sexy Invisible Dude. That could be it too.
More likely one, obviously.
That is clearly the one.
Sexy
How can you be
invisible
sexy
dude.
and
If you
invisible?
could see him, sexy.
Yeah, exactly. It's how mysterious he is that makes him so sexy.
Or it could be sexually interested dude.
Yeah.
That's
Fair.
not good.
Which makes it really weird that he's talking to a 9-year-old right now.
Yeah.
Oh no.
He's grooming
no.
you.
Dude, this
Where
guy
did I get the
found you
wood
in
for
the
my
woods.
bow?
Ooh.
Slutty internet denizen. That's the
Slinging and drag.
Yeah.
Baby.
Suffer is done. That's not really someone's name, but
It's more of a statement.
yeah.
I like that green on the wall back there.
Is this the GF's?
Yeah, this is my girlfriend's place. It's actually black. You can't really tell.
Oh, it looks like green from here. From halfway across the country here.
Yeah.
There we go.
Sorry about that.
He got his weed delivery, his beer
Yeah.
delivery.
Sometimes the lady says
All
do
at
it and I have
once,
to do
at
it.
least,
All right. So,
Are those delicious IPAs?
yeah, they are. Dude, there was a
Nice.
crazy sale at Ralph's. I don't know if it is at yours, I'd assume. But it was buy 2 delicious IPAs, at $11.99, and then there was a $6 coupon for one of them in the bundle, so I paid $6 for a 12-pack. I
That's
paid less
awesome.
than $20 for 24 cans of beer. I was like, holy
And-
shit.
Stone Delicious is one of the only IPAs that is reduced gluten.
Exactly. It is
Yeah.
reduced gluten, so I don't feel as heavy after. And 7.7 is pretty
Yeah.
solid, so
Yeah.
can't go wrong with percentage.
You basically are drinking nothing but goodness for yourself.
That's why it's so delicious. We got to get a sponsor. We'll call him.
Yeah,
You know, there's a D&D guy that is really, he's all right. But he's sponsored by the, what is that Voodoo Ranger, I think, which is pretty crazy. And I was like, that's pretty cool. Like, I mean, I think I'm better, but
Yes.
he's got it, so
Voodoo.
whatever.
Hey,
Yeah,
they're good for
No,
the
those are
price
bomb as
point.
fuck.
You
Yeah,
know?
I normally drink those
Yeah.
all the time, but this was like a crazy sale I didn't believe in, and it worked, so I went for it. All right. Sid sits before you across this camping fire. Bernie, what is it exactly that you strive for? Why is such a young individual like yourself lost in the woods? Starving, hungry, dying. He just drops it heavy on you as a 9-year-old. You just get shitted on.
I want to be like Ranger Ted. I mean, he's always having fun and adventure and saving people, and I think that's what I'm supposed to do.
He goes under his
No.
he puts his hand into his robe and pulls it out. And you are like just full of chills. You instantly recognize the seam of Ranger Ted volumes. But this is a volume number you've never seen before. You see him going, You wish to be like Ranger Ted. Have you seen this one? He raises it so you could see the cover. It looks
No.
crazy. Ranger Ted is like, I'm not showing everyone because it'll be a spoiler, but Ranger Ted is like, it looks like he's falling because you're young and don't understand the full image before you. So it looks like he's falling forward toward the front of the, toward the reader. But behind him, there is like 4 separate entities that are in different depths of pursuit. And you think that it's a race, like it's like a racing scene, like it's teaching you guys how to run the fastest. It looks like a track meet in your eyes, but really it's he's running for his fucking life kind of situation.
So cool. Can I read it?
Well, that all depends. If you read it
On if I
properly,
can read.
exactly. Your previous display of Ranger Ted understandings has left me to believe otherwise of your capabilities, dear boy. I can take you home if you'd like.
My home?
If you can describe the place, maybe name your mother, father, brothers, perhaps the mayor, chief.
There's not really much there. They're never home. I prefer not. Where's the adventure? That's why I'm out here.
So you got bored and came with nothing. Did Ranger Ted perhaps have a... here it is. Do you have your volume handy?
The forest will provide.
Yes, but on page 3, if you open yours, I'm pretty sure it's the same in every copy. Handy
opens it.
supplies that Ranger Ted believes are needed. Rope, a handkerchief for when you cry and sneeze, and in parentheses, pollen is a bitch. You see just like a whole slew of survival gear that you completely overlooked because that was the most boringest page because it's all text. There's not a single picture on it. But the panel next to it is a picture of glory and success and him reaching the highest peak, like he's done it because he used all that gear. Had you read that entire 150 words present. Because every other page has a wonderful picture on it, and you kind of look at the picture and go off of the judgment, and you pick up the words that you were able to learn in and out prior to your arrival here in the woods. Dear boy, you have led me to wealth for your situation. I can give you a adventure. Is that what you seek?
Of course.
A Ranger Ted worthy adventure.
Yeah. He's like getting excited.
Here. I'm going to give you something beyond just this. I'm going to allow you to understand it. And when you go through this volume, it is then for you to make the next decision.
Wow.
As he holds it out, you see it glow. You see it kind of light up with some flares, and it almost has this weird kind of arcane trilling sound where it's not metallic or metal or clicking, but it's like this just weird, quick, repetitive wisp of a sort. It almost reaches out to you. Do you take it?
Yes, of course. I snatch it.
As you snatch it out of his hands, you feel like you're doing all of this, but what really happens is the book just takes both your hands, and it's like you're doing this, and the entire like area around you just flares up and gets forced away as you're reading.
This is my origin story.
You hear a bell. Ding, ding, ding. Brother, here he is again, delving into his Ranger Ted comics. Brother Fields, you catch him on the third day missing his 5th class. Here he is again, not attending. In the current time, 7 years later, you find Bernie still head in the same comic. A kid just FaceTimed me. He's being babysat.
Oh,
I'll say hi to the team.
Hello.
All right. Bye. All right. So you guys are now back in current time, and Brother Fields, you find Bernie stuck in the books, but not the books you want him to read.
I
Not
have
Bernie.
the actual book that I'm supposed to be reading, and inside of it, I have the book that I have a
Ranger Ted.
episode.
Yeah.
This is a true story of what I used to do, and I got in trouble for it in 2nd grade. I used to do that shit.
That's awesome.
Bringing it back, reliving the memories. With Brother Fields as your teacher, what do you do, sir, as you catch him almost tardy? You can save the day.
Now, son, hurry up, get into class. And what do you read? Did you do your homework?
I try to close the book, but it's got the book inside the book, so it clearly doesn't. But then I try to move it to the side. The homework. Yes.
There wasn't
yes,
any homework.
Yes.
That was a true question.
Dang it.
Is it?
Yeah, I meant to ask you about why we didn't have homework.
Yeah.
That was the question. That was it. Yeah.
Ranger Ted always gives
well,
homework. Great example.
You should. Yeah, you should be giving homework anyways. But don't make it too much. I'll get to class.
Well,
As Brother Fields and Bernie head into the Tribbling's Education Building, in which Vinny, or is it Vinny or is it Vizzy? Sorry. I always forget.
Zini.
Zini. Sorry.
Zini.
I can't see the list. There we go.
Call me
Vizzini.
Viz.
Yeah, you see Viz sitting inside already, attentive, in his armor, kind of polished, this time a little more than yesterday. He finally got that dirt that dried on it 3 weeks ago off. As Dro on the outside of the building is taking his sweet time. He's not really intending to go there. I'm not sure where Dro's going, but Dro's in town. Dro, what do you mind spacing about in this moment of arriving and you hear the bell go off right before the class you most likely won't be attending?
Dro is definitely high. He's probably trying to comprehend if there's more grass in this area than there are stars in the sky. And
Okay.
then he starts to lay down in the grass and feel it. And then he starts to wonder whether or not he can be like the grass.
As
And
you
then
start
he
thinking
tries
about
to be
grass,
as still as possible.
perfect. Give me a stealth check at advantage.
Okay.
Where the hell did he go? You touching grass?
It's just lying in the grass. See you there.
I'm literally out loud saying, I am the grass.
No.
You
you're
hear,
grass.
you hear Brother
Just-
Fields. On your way to him, you're about 100 yards away. You see Keldia, the one of 3 sisters that reside here in the Trailways with you. She's 19, and she is the middle child of her 3 sisters. The last name being of the oh shit, I didn't write it right here. Hold up. I have it somewhere. Ooh, I know. Hold on. I gotta get you guys the last name for note purposes. Meanwhile, as she sees Dro, you guys hear, what on earth are you doing? Putting grass angels again, where I am supposed to commune with my garden. I've already complained to the church, and they've done nothing. I've already complained to my parents, and they said to deal with you.
There's no
Brother Fields!
grass
Brother Fields! He's doing it again!
that is owned by. I can't remember my voice. I have to figure it out. I'll figure it out as we go
It
through.
was
It's
Ringo.
close. You're in
I know.
5, yeah, but you're in
Yeah.
5.
Yeah, I'm trying to get there. This grass, I can't do it. I'll get it. I'll get there.
Anyways, I can't find the last name I made up, so I'll
Okay,
find it later. Brother Fields, Keldia is calling you forward to assist with the matter.
Now, Dro, what are you doing on the ground? Did you smoke too much weed before class again?
The herb I've smoked. Can't fucking get it.
That's close, though.
It's pretty
It's
good.
close. It's getting there. Again, is a blessing of Lathander, just like this grass is a blessing of Lathander. And no
No,
grass is owned by anyone.
It's not my
This
grass!
grass is
You're so...
it's
God.
owned.
This
as
isn't even
we
fair. Brother
are
Fields, why is
one.
he not attending? I have already passed my classes. This imbecile is always just ruining my...
Now, Keldia, we no need to be calling names, but I
Yes,
understand your point.
Keldia, again. Remember, not your grass.
She leans down.
Lathander's.
And she gets close to your ear to where only you can hear her. And she says, the next time you steal my weed, I am going to burn your house down. Brother Fields, you may make an insight check to see whether or not you can discern the conversation occurring before. And you know, Dro, you are smoking the weed that she is referring to.
All right.
Speaking of which,
Not great.
well,
You don't
right
pick up the
after-
conversation because you think Keldia is a fucking saint. And she is actually one of the top triblings of the tribe. And her 2 sisters are the troublemakers, believe it or not. Her sisters are Romaine and Mura. Nonetheless, she gets up and is snaring at you with anger, Dro. And she snares at you with this frustration and this like, ugh. We go back. How long ago was this moment, Dro?
Ooh. Do I slip into a dream state or
A memory.
We're talking okay, a memory. I'd say this was like a year and a half ago.
A year and a half ago. Oops, let me move Kelly.
Oh, I'm gonna practice my voice real quick.
No worries. I'll describe the scenario. A year and a half ago. Now keep in mind, anything that happens in all of our backstories at this moment, no actual player knows in the current period. For everybody included. This isn't like a secret thing, but it's up to you guys to introduce it to each other. None of you know this about each other. This is what sets you apart at this time. We all understood. Perfect. So Bernie's is Bernie's and etc. Drew. It was a particularly wet night as the rains were hailing down and breaking all the leaves, and oh god damn, were they going to cause a huge mess for you to have to deal with later. This is before you found your trunk of your home currently, back when you called it a hovel. You're with your family. All of them. Maybe not particularly favored, but absolutely loved and cherished in some manner, all the same as one of them, being a part of a commune of sorts. For your purposes, of course. As you had to do your services, they needed you for obvious means and reasonings of your skill factor and such. And your community works just as that, as a community. You all are placed and born and thought of and conceived for the need, the purpose. You were out one night late, gathering more wood because the fires went out due to the rain stripping through the chimney, and your guys' efforts to prevent it from dampening continuously failed. So they sent you. How far would you travel from your hovel to gather this wood? Obviously, the wettest of woods would not have helped, and there were a couple dry, safe spots, but they were about 1.5 miles or 2 away. Take your pick.
I'd probably go a couple miles out just to like take my time to be away and to be
Air it
communing
out,
with
yeah.
nature. Yeah, and just like, find reason to not be in the house.
Ma, Pa, Timmy, Tommy, Tubby, Talia, Tally, Tony, and Tina. God damn, all of them.
Grow.
Frustrating. Felt like I'm a parent to all of them. That
It's tough.
Talia. She's some
As you
bitch.
went out, dealt with the Wayne, is there anything you would have worn or done, or would you have just enjoyed just the natural nature of this?
I'd have been in my normal attire, just like my tunic, my clothes, regular like light weather wear or leather wear. I'd have been probably in my Birkenstocks.
Got it.
And then probably, I'd have been like stopping and staring at different flora, fauna, whatever, picking flowers and smelling them as we went, and investigating insects and bugs. Just truly Burks on stocks, yes. Truly like enjoying the hike.
Got it. As you finally get to the dry, Heidi cache of wood, you notice something. You notice that the cover is slightly ajar. God damn it, it might be wet inside. But what would have moved it? Give me a let me see. Let me look at your character sheet, actually.
Survival's fine. Or nature.
Yeah, I just want to, I'm not familiar yet. Survival. Yeah, for sure, survival. I wanted to benefit you, but I didn't know which one was better. But those are both
Yeah,
good.
survival is good. Normal?
Yes, sir. The weather, when thunder above distracts you as you focus on this and quickly blinds you, you could have swore you saw something red-eyed peering at you from inside. Must be your imagination. How do you proceed?
You said red eye in like the area in which I'm collecting woods.
So yeah, imagine. Let me draw you a quick little image. So there's this, like the cover, right? And then the actual opening behind it. So imagine the middle section would be the slightly ajar part that is not normal. Like this part I'm coloring in very crudely is the ajar. It's open, and that's
God. So I'm coming
from
back
inside.
with wood.
Yeah.
So I'm
you
coming
haven't
back.
yet. You haven't got the wood yet. You're walking toward where
Okay.
the cache is, and the cache is slightly opened, and inside when the lightning struck, you saw like an eye piercing at you. You could have sworn, but you can't, depending on your own decisions, you kind of shrug it off.
Timmy must be up later than he normally is. He's
You're
the
like
only one with the red earrings.
You're like, and immediately before you, a wolf-like creature jumps out at you. Can you give me
Jumps out at me
Huh?
or
comes at
or
you?
do I-
Comes out at you.
comes at-
And I need you to roll me either an athletics or acrobatics to contest a grappling check.
I'll probably do an acrobatics.
For real, that's scary as fuck.
Do I see? So it jumps out of the house essentially.
So it's not in the house; it's in the cache at about a mile and a half away, out
got it.
from your home as you're
Got
going
it,
to
got it,
collect
got it,
the wood.
got it.
It's inside the dry cache. At this rate, assumably taking cover, and then you arrive.
Got it. Okay, so we're assuming this is
Yeah, this
where
isn't
the
your
cache
sorry.
area-
Yeah, I
okay,
didn't
got
mean
it.
this
All right,
background.
sorry, I was getting.
My bad.
Oh, good. Oh, good. That's what I was trying. Okay, so mile and a half away, cache. This thing jumps out at me.
Yeah, so for sake
I-
of
I
generosity,
tumble around.
I'm gonna throw this here. I'm gonna toss you here next to it. Boom, bam. We got a scene.
A mile away. All right, good. Mile up to 2 miles away.
Yeah. So you get surprised by this creature before you as it launches itself in your direction. As it catches you, tackling you to the ground. You just kinda
Yes,
get tossed. You
I
just-
need a good hug too, my friend.
If it wasn't for all that weed, you might have been a bit more attentive. As
I'm
you
thinking it's
immediately
hugging
see
me at
things.
this point.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. And
So I
then
wrap around. for
you embrace
good
it
old
as
days.
you give it advantage as it comes around to bite at you. Ooh, was that it? That's a soft 23. Okay. 23 just comes.
Does
Your
not
neck.
look friendly, bro.
Gets bit.
Friend. That's not what you do to one another.
And then give me a constitution saving throw.
Are you a ghost too?
Maybe.
We're all
Did you say,
ghosts.
are you
I
good at
love
those
that.
two? That's
No, I
No.
said, was he a ghost? Too?
I was a
Oh,
ghost,
it's
and I was like, I don't think so.
It's a good theory. I like the theory that we're all ghosts. Or at the very least, some of us are dead.
As you take 9 points of damage, immediately you just at this point your eyes kind of flash. You realize that this isn't a friendly nature anymore, as the nature in itself has gone against you. For the first time, you're completely sober. You're so clear of mind. You see the creature stand up. Changing back from a wolf into a humanoid and struggling and throwing himself to the ground. Your eyes are a bit blurry as you're prone on the floor and you feel almost like you're bleeding out when really it's the virus clearing out your current state of mind as it begins to infect you and change
would-
every little bit apart within. Go ahead.
I would try to ignore it as much as possible and help the individual.
Okay, go
like,
ahead and give
right.
me
It's not trying to like hold grudge towards it attacking.
You're trying to
like
be
that.
at peace with the creature.
Animals are animals, right?
Yeah,
like
yeah, for sure.
if you mess with a snake, you're bound to get bit, right? And so
Give me an animal handling an advantage due to your natural carrying stuff.
nature or what? Sorry, medicine.
Very true.
Animal handling
Animal.
at advantage. Soft 20. You quickly bring yourself to this now. What before you looks like a humanoid. Its face hidden, but its hands and still very long and clawed nature as they're slowly shrieking, and you see them in pain. You see their body exfoliating this type of like secretion that, to you, at this point, smells intense. It almost smells like a trigger of sorts. As you place your hand on him, you feel this heartbeat sync with yours. You feel the pulse between your veins all of a sudden constricts. You tighten up like a steroid has just kicked in and you're in a lockjaw position. What goes through your mind as you see all these visions of hate and grudge and frustration, and most of all, hunger.
I look
You know
up.
it's not you.
I look up. What do I see in the sky?
As you look up into the sky, you then understand everything. It all makes sense. 1 second. Let me change the picture for you. Oh, whoops. Same picture, something. Okay. It did not change. Weird. I'm gonna make a new scene. They should have like a setting in Foundry that lets you like save this natural scene setting for every scene, so I don't have to do the same.
Yeah.
Boom. You see a full moon. You all make sense. Nature has chosen you. Continue its calling.
I then quickly say a haiku to this creature while trying to tend to it.
Shut up.
Moon's grasp slowly fades. Fur retreats. Man reemerges. Night's transformation. Then I look into his eyes, if his eyes are open. It seems, my friend, we are now one.
You then see them turn around. And this face, you've never seen it before, but it's oddly recognizable, at least in this state that you're focused in. It's a likewise of sorts, no, but a bit taller, like a hybrid or a half-breed or like a muggle of sorts. They turn around, they're like, I'm free. Thank you. And he starts shuffling away. And then he gets up completely in the nude, turns around, and runs off.
Ah, I see. So, we are not one, but I have saved you from the disease as he's running off.
He does not respond, but he continues off into the distance until vision does fade and break away.
I try to feel where the wound was. Is it still there?
It's kind of like in your left upper shoulder.
Yeah, I try to tend to it as best as I can.
You were very impressed. It was a clean incision. It's healing great and fast on its own. For some reason, it's almost accelerated of sorts.
How to tell the family? I'm not sure. They will not be happy, nor will they want to take this burden on. Much to discuss with them. I gather the wood.
Okay.
And then head back to the hovel.
You got it. As you head back to the hovel, did you want to take a minute while I jump to someone else and you think about how the conversation went, or do you already have a conclusion? Or do you want
conversation
to
of what?
With your parents?
Oh,
with your family?
RP, for sure.
Okay. Do you need to think of anything, or you're already ready?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right. As you head home, you see Telly. Hey, what took you so long? And what's wrong with you? You're bleeding.
I had a run-in.
With what?
With a wolf.
A wolf? There's no wolves here. Mom, he's saying that he saw a wolf. He's just trying to scare us again. Walks
This
inside.
wolf?
You see Tommy. Hey,
Hey,
man.
just like ignores
What's going on here, dude? Why are you talking about a wolf for? Last time we saw a wolf, it was you, and you had too much chicken fur on you, man. What's like, dude? There is no wolves. And why are you bleeding? Did you trip again?
I pull my shirt down to show the
He turns
bites.
around.
Pa, your son's bleeding.
Timmy comes out. Hey, dude, why did you take the weed? I was trying to get high while you were gone, and it was fucking gone. Like, dude, what the fuck? He just walks up to you, pats you down, finds it, takes that shit. Fuck, man. Goes back in the house.
You do have a lot of siblings.
This is spot on having a multiple sibling like household right here.
He pokes his head out. Did you like gather any sweets on the way back, like some sugar cane?
I pass him a couple honeysuckles that I found.
He's like, did you like need a patch of leather for that? As he starts sucking on the honeysuckle. He points at your wound. He's the only one that notices at the moment.
It is fine for now. I appreciate your thoughtfulness.
What kind of... I've never seen that before.
Well, don't be alarmed.
Alarmed?
This would be what...
What do you mean alarmed? Ma. Here comes Ma. What is your problem? Oh my God! Did you get blood on the wood? Last happened, it smelled for weeks in the house. I know it's raining outside, but that doesn't do you a damn good washing. You got so many scabs on you from all the dirt you never take off from just laying in the grass. There's no grass out here.
Well, Ma,
Like there is. Wow.
I
Must be some
believe
good rain
it's...
today.
I just
realize we have
start
more
walking
grass
in at this point.
She's like noticing
I just
the
start
lawn for the
walking
first
this
time.
in.
Ma has not been out of the house in some time.
I walk in and I just start packing my shit because I like know what's about to happen. And I just
The
start
whole
packing
house is
everything up.
alive. Tina's doing a musical again, and God, does she sound great?
And on the mantle is the woodland staff.
It's your dad's, and your pa's just sitting there smoking his own pipe. He has a rare breed of weed that you've tried only once, and damn, would you not want to get your hands on it? But today, you're going for this.
And I reach down before I go to grab the woodland staff. I lean down
Uh-huh.
a little bit because we're all short. Pa,
No.
it's my time to go.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Oh. And where you going this time, son?
Away.
Oh, well, I mean, obviously,
to-
if it's outside the house, it's away from where I'm sitting. So, I mean, you going to the kitchen? Because I can use something.
No, Pa. I'm going on my own because now I am endangering the family.
Hold on. Everyone! The whole house kind of comes quiet. Go to your rooms. I have a talking with this one. Dro, I think it's about time we talk about something. But you go first.
Well, Pa, you know the legend of the werewolf?
Let's say I do. You telling me that you want to be some creepy deepy?
I show him the bite mark.
That sure looks like one. You've done some pretty good makeup stuff. You should go into that FX stuff I've been reading about in the leaves.
You know, Pa, that I've seen a few things, but never seen a wolf turn back to man before. And tonight was the first I saw after it dug its teeth into me. I thought I was gonna be a gnome sandwich. But after it transferred it's over. I'm one of them.
Wait. Son. Let me see your hand. He puts his hand out for you to grab his. Do you embrace him?
Yeah, sure. He's the only one that I actually we get along because we smoke weed together.
Absolutely.
And I actually find weed for him and like bring it to him. And
Yeah, you guys are like connoisseurs of the forest.
Yeah,
You definitely
we-
try
we-
it all.
yeah.
It's like, You know, son, I always told you that I can sense things. And all of you. And I mean, yeah, you weren't one of the good ones, but I sensed something.
Tilly.
Well, yeah, we didn't sense anything in Tilly, have we? He looks up. We ain't gonna tell Ma that, okay? Because I told Ma that I sense a really great good deal in her, okay? She's really hoping for a good egg, you know. I had so goddamn many. Anyways, Dro, what I'm trying to say is, you being the first means that you got the most paw in you.
Hmm.
Everything else you can see is a bunch of maws. You know? Don't tell Mom, but it's truth.
Agreed.
And you're absolutely fucking infected. And you're
I
gonna
think
hurt
so.
the entire family.
Agreed. That is why I want to leave. But before I go, I'm taking the staff.
He looks at it. You're not gonna get very far without the password.
Is a password?
No, they call it a command word, but I always call it a password because really, if I'm the only one saying it, no one knows how to pass it around. I can't just pass it to someone else, you know? It don't work like that. So you can see,
Is it
you got a bond
Bonza
with
Green?
people. No, but I did use that one last year.
Is it Giga Stank?
Oh man, I wish I thought of that. You might have to use that, son. But no,
Is it the Hanky Spanky?
that was 3 years ago when I first. We ain't getting into that conversation. Son, let me see it. He takes
go
the
reach up.
staff. Yeah, you grab the staff for him, and he gets it. He starts kind of caressing it. You know, son. You hear like this weird kind of sandpaper scratch of like 1,000 fine. It's like and you see like a small bit of dust slowly gathering where he runs across it, along the middle of the handle. They say every time you pass it to someone new, you got to give them a new place to set a mark. And there was no password, son. You just got to know how to touch it. And as he blows it off, the sawdust gets in your face and you kind of breathe it in like a little crack cocaine high. And you see right after that where he kind of scratched away a little kind of digit thumbprint location kind of glows before you for you to grasp it as your place in hand. And you
I
grab
do
a
it in
hold.
a very like awe-inspired, awestruck way where I'm like, oh.
You got it. As such, you feel complete understanding of it. The knowledge of the staff passes through you. The secrets inside. The abilities of it. You look at your paw, and goddamn, has he not done a goddamn single one of these. It has just been a walking stick this entire fucking time that he said could whoop someone's ass if I had to. Had little did you know how serious he may have been.
Oh, I
Yeah,
was just
boy.
taking this because it was a walking stick. And you know how tired I get?
Damn fine
This is
walking
much
stick,
more.
son. Indeed it is. And you're going to use that to walk your ass to a cure. Because I am absolutely not ever going to take care of Ma, Timmy, Tommy, Tubby, Talia, Tally, Tony, and Tina. I'm just going to sit my ass here and smoke my goddamn weed.
I found something special for you before I leave.
What you got?
I pull out my the best stash the best I've ever found that I was holding out and saving for a
Give me a
special occasion.
D100.
See how it really is. It's mediocre.
I mean, the low roll is rare. The low roll is rare, too. Well, Zinni is not impressed because he said better, but to drum it down, Zinni poisons his own shit. You know, he drips a little venom in it and takes it to the next level. What a hater! Oh, good. He takes it from you and goes, "Son, I'm gonna hold on to this, and we're gonna do it when you come back here together. This is your promise to me."
Yes. I will find a cure without passing it on.
Say what?
Well,
You just gotta pass it on. You got a bunch of them to choose from. No, I'm just kidding. It's not
oh, as much as you would like to get rid of one of them and not me, it's not fair. I can take this on and find the way.
Well, I guess you're right. If we let one of them go out there, that'd just be a goddamn rampage. And I can kill my own kid. Nor condone you to do it either. Get on out of
Always
here.
been my favorite, and I appreciate your help.
You might have been my only one, but we won't know.
With that,
You got it.
His final words to you.
With that, I'm
That's what he's
out.
thinking about as he's touching grass outside. And I'm trying to get him to go to class.
That was amazing. That was totally
He's,
out of the ballpark.
he's mumbling it as he touches the grass. With that, I'm out.
Alex, I have to say, like I was commenting, I grew like my best friend growing up had 7 siblings, and that was how the house was all the fucking time. It was spot on. It was
I didn't grow up in one, but I'm glad it worked because it's bad feeling that now. When I said all those things, I was like, this is so bullshit. Like, what did I just say?
That's dude. That was spot on. Like how it was. It was chaos at all times.
Yeah. Luckily, Joe was a chill guy because that would have been a lot harder if he was an aggressive cut sibling. That would have been like a combat encounter for each one.
bop,
Wanted
bop.
for sure.
That's the
Roll
ultimate
for
ending for
initiative.
him. That's the
Roll
final
for
boss. He
initiative.
gets home and they're all ready to take him on. You know, they're like, "You still a bad wolf thingy," and they all attack him. You know. Anyways, so yeah, you come back into conscious with brother over you, Mr. Fields. What are you doing as you're trying to? Are you dragging Dro at this point? I mean, he's absolutely in his state,
he's
and
not
you've
that-
seen him like this plenty of times.
He's kind of small, right? He's a gnome.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can easily you can pick his ass up.
I
drag
just
him,
picked him
pick
up.
him over, you can
Like, all right, buddy.
You bring
Am
him
I
over.
like? Is he? How are you
cradling
carrying
him, or are
me?
you over the shoulder, or are you? Yeah, how you doing it?
I'm like fireman carrying. He's like a piggyback ride, basically.
Do I see anything interesting on his back as he's fireman carrying me?
Give me a perception check.
Either way, I'm going to find something interesting, so it doesn't matter.
What's the
Yeah,
most interesting thing? On
Uh,
the back of
there's
you?
this one spot on his. What kind of armor do you have?
Scale. I think
it's
I remember
chain.
my tripping. Chain. Yeah, chain. Same.
Chainmail? So there's this one chain that's slightly bent,
Mhm.
and I'm fixated on it, and I'm just like picking it, and then picking it,
Sure,
and then
buddy, you got
picking it, and then I like keep pulling it, and I keep pulling it further, and then I like immediately as I like can't fix it because it's so off, I like slap you in the back of the head.
What the fuck?
Like I suddenly have a reaction. Brother Fields, stop! There's an emergency.
Perception. Let's just see if brother. Persuasion. Sorry, persuasion.
I go, boy, there's about to be an emergency. Go get to class.
Let's see. I mean, you decide, brother Fields, but you know, in a
Persuasion?
insight. Yeah, roll
Yeah,
persuasion.
yeah, give me
Brother Fields,
persuade me. I'm like
Ooh.
a cool.
Ooh,
I
man,
don't
you're
have
rolling-
I have no charisma. You
Dude,
don't.
you got
You don't believe
mad
it.
modifiers, and you're rolling low 10s all night. This is perfect, Dro. Great here.
Yeah.
If he was just clear in
I'm
mind,
high.
he'd be there. Yeah, it's awesome.
I don't stop, but I go, explain yourself. What do you mean?
Brother Fields, one of your chains is bent, but only one. It doesn't make sense.
And then we
by the
flash
will
back
of
to
Lathander,
Brother
not
Fields.
all things need to make sense to us. They just have to make sense to Lathander. You should ponder that while we're in class today, going over our lessons.
Why would Lathander give you chainmail that could be faulty in one spot? That sounds very dangerous.
Then that is the test Lathander has placed before me to have slightly bad armor. So be the will of Lathander.
Meanwhile, inside the lesson hall, Vicini,
You, sir, are disturbed by Bernie. Bernie, how do you bother him in the middle of his focus?
I get in and I plop back in the back again because like I'm gonna put up my textbook, but again have my Ranger Ted comic in there. I'm be sitting there and seeing him. What are you doing?
I'm listening intently to the teacher, I assume. Is it a classroom
It's
session?
kind of like at the moment it's like refreshers of the current ongoings of what's going on. It's kind of like a count, like a city meeting kind of thing. Like it's just like
Okay, so I'm
in the past
intently
week,
watching.
here's what's been happening. We need volunteers for this, and you see that the recent boards on Sid's house has been damaged, and we're not certain why, but we will be addressing that shortly.
And I just sit there and I take one of the pages of my textbook and I chew it up, and then I like throw it at the back of his head.
Back. Attention.
You see,
That's he literally just starts giggling. And then he does it again.
I like to think it's like it like sticks to his armor and it makes like a ding noise when it hits.
Excuse
That's
me.
even better.
Kevin interrupts. Perhaps one of you would like to explain to me what's so exciting. No one threw a book at me.
Nothing, sir.
This is really exciting. It's very exciting. Yeah,
Wonderful.
the
Bernie, how about
damage
you
to
tell
Sid's
us what
house.
Ranger Ted thinks we should do now that we have the firewood and the hook meat and all of the other great things that we have? Who would like to go volunteer? Is it you, Bernie? Do you have any suggestions?
Yes. I had a thought again. And you remember
Great.
the boulder.
That was your max
down
allocated
on
words for
it.
the answer. Vicini, what is your solution? Since you both seem to be talking about great ideas.
Bernie just looks dejected.
Vicini, we discuss this all the time. You never apply yourself. You think people would understand and know your name, but no one calls you by your name because you are no one.
No. It's true.
Hey. We think he's really cool. Okay, he's kind of cool. He's okay. Cool.
Give me a wisdom
Okay.
save. At disadvantage.
Me?
I completely forget about that you were just throwing garbage at me, and I love you.
No, I think you just like.
This is why we're good friends.
That's a good enough for him.
So do
You
I
got
have
it.
to
You
do the
accept
wisdom saving?
No. Vicini accepts the entire faith of your re-relation. In doing such, Vicini, you go deep. You take a brief moment. You kind of like catch your breath. It's one of those like moments, and you remember what it was like. Man, it was tough, real tough. Amongst your siblings, you were the tiniest one. They didn't even call you a slither, which is the name for babies in your race. You were just literally, they didn't even make a hiss noise for what you were. You didn't exist. But in the culture of the tribe, it's known as a runt, an unfortunate, a struggling youth. Tell us what it was like.
Call me Stick. They pushed me around. They thought I was worthless, so they didn't even bother giving me food sometimes. Gave me food, but it was the dregs. Just whatever was left over. My brother and
It was a lot of
sister
bone.
thought I was worthless. It's too much to lisp, I think.
That's great.
And then, they didn't protect me at school. They thought you should be able to stand up on your own. I couldn't. I was easily pushed around. A very thin layer of protection.
One day, you had a particularly rough time during your educational courses. How many were there?
3 was one of the easier days.
And why, particularly this time, were you their target?
This particular class, I spoke up for one of the few times that I do that. One of the other students didn't appreciate that, and so him and his friends just cornered me after class.
That day, something else happened. During this time of vulnerability, there was a conflict that you felt like was not so much, here's another one, but was absolutely unnecessary. For the first time, you actually felt that there was no reason for this. That's
I was
small.
just giving the correct answer. Teacher wanted to know why Lathander specifically prefers wheat over other beans to grow, and I gave the correct answer. It was on paragraph 12 of the page that we were reading that very day. It was obvious. My fault Julius is an idiot.
Julius, that bastard. But thankfully, the hooded hero came, didn't they? I don't think you ever caught their name, but majestic as it was, they stepped up for you. And they began with this. Excuse me. Perhaps this isn't the right time to intervene with my very important meeting with my new here. You may go now. You see that the Julius and friends stand there for a brief moment, look confused. Dude, like, why were we out here? Huh? I mean, where'd he go? I don't know. Oh, that's weird. Yeah, you run. Or, well, you can't even run. Like, literally. I don't even know what you do. Yeah. No idea where he went. Just go back. You stand there confused. You're
I'm
less than
awkward, I
5
can't
feet
run.
from them. Huh?
It's true, I'm awkward. I can't
Yeah.
run. I run really stupid. One of those kids that runs with their arms down by their side.
As this mysterious individual stands there and witnesses it all. He goes, I apologize for their demeanor. It seems as if you have finally understood a small part of you that you didn't know existed. Who brought that out, may I ask?
Me? Are you talking to me?
I don't see anyone else. And you are quite easy to see. You do stand out. You do look quite vulnerable, though. He does like a 360 around you. Yes. I wouldn't say that you have any particular skills or purposes, but well, let's say we give you.
Many people talk to me. This is nice.
Well, what else do you have to say? Tell me your thoughts. What would you tell Julius if you could be so bold?
Tell him that you should probably read the material before answering the question.
Yes. That is a bold choice. See, that is the very issue. Sometimes it's the actions and not the words that you need to display. Don't just tell them the. Use them as the subject. Apply it to them. When they realize the potential, they will see.
Want me to tell them to their face?
Be creative. Something tells me that he puts out his hands and materializes this like limbo of thoughts. Give me a wisdom saving throw.
Some saving throw? Alright, cool. Pull up my character sheet. Ends all day.
He sweetens the pot by showing you adored in the armor of your father's safekeeping, fitting you. On top of it all, you see that with it on, you're proud. You're strong. You're not Vicini. You're Viz. And
Wow, do you think I could be like that?
Oh, I apologize. I thought you were talking to yourself. As you notice now, you are looking at your father's armor in the room where he sleeps and he is away. It's now there vulnerable in your hands. And for some reason, today, it looks like it'll fit. Never would it ever fit today. Damned if you didn't try.
I've never taken anything from my family. That's why I don't even get food, because I won't just stand up for what I want and take stuff. Today, I'm feeling something. I step forward to grab the first, what are they called, pauldron? Or whatever? On.
Okay. As you begin to latch it to yourself, you get like different flashes of your vision, of your mind's eye, of what you look like now. A hero. What would you describe yourself? What is your achievement? What do you want to be?
Want to feel stronger. I want to feel confident. I want to not be afraid of people. I want people to hear me. See me. For not my faith. Making fun of me, people.
Well, I think that you have been convincing yourself for a very, very long time. And you should, by chance, speak to yourself more. It will take you to unknown places. Now, my friend, we will meet again. Just come by anytime, as you are always welcome. And he says it's so
Where can I
general to
find
you.
you?
And for some reason it clicks. You know the home, you know the place.
Oh, nice.
It is here. You have been there before. This is where all the kids go to play. It's that abandoned home.
Or what?
It's that fun,
Oh,
haunted house that everyone likes to go to. That insane asylum off-duty grounds that changes stories every few years because something new happened. It is the one place where mystery is never solved. And it comforts you that much more, because that is a place you would have never gone if you were scared and weak and cowardly. But with this armor donned on you, you feel like you're someone new. As you leave your home, guilt drops. You have just stolen from your family the biggest heirloom. If you have it and you are not strong, someone will steal it, and your family will never own it again. You must never lose this armor. You must become strong enough so no one can ever take it. Because if you do, you will have lost everything in which your family has stood for.
One's gonna take this from me. One's gonna take anything from me.
You take all of your father's gear, his weapons, and his necessary rations for travel and adventure. You leave the house, and ever since then, your father has always looked at you with a bit more proudness. Days have gone by, and he welcomed you back home. He had one conversation with you. Son, you're the best. Never fail, or we will all be killed.
Or Dad, I won't mess up. Got this.
You're be here or die here to see if you succeed. You understand that your entire family is leaving because of your potential failure, so they have chosen to abandon you. But your
idea that
father
we're all
has
at the
stayed.
dinner table while he does this, and I'm just going to grab,
Absolutely.
this is the first time I just take food. Now that I'm in the
Alright,
suit of
yeah.
armor, I feel safe, so I
Everyone's
just
just
take
kind of
some.
staring at you in like this demeanor of sorts. And they're just hissing. But
Will you go?
remember, no one has ever created a word or name for you, so only your father is recognizing you at this point.
I don't even look at my siblings, I just look at him. Where will you go?
To be God, somewhere safe. And I will never be in contact until you succeed.
Feed?
Do not fail, Vicini. You must
Sound like I
grow.
know it's Yes, Father, I got this. Well, I will do as you wish.
Continue your lessons, and this house is yours. You are now on your own.
I'm curious what my emotions are right now. I feel strong enough that I can do it already, or am I really freaked out, scared?
You
Really freaked out,
realize that your entire family but your father has chosen to abandon you as a creed. This is the natural way of the Yanti, that if they believe in failure in the family, they will go off and get as far away so that the curse of failure will not hurt the family. A curse of failure is death to a line, especially for a male to fail. Yanti are very religious and sacrificial in that manner. They will give up to believe in what it is that is sacrificial and sacred. That heirloom is literally it's seriously like the biggest accomplishment of your father. And that is literally the one thing he would use to protect you guys. And now that it is adoned to you, it has chosen you to be the next successor. And unfortunately, you're the dud. So they really didn't want that to happen.
We'll see you again.
But as a father, he
You
is
will accept me back
appreciating
into
the
the
tradition.
family.
So basically, this is your journey, your manship journey of a Yanti. Your
Man.
growth.
Snake shit.
Man.
But you are terrified and untrained and absolutely the last person on Earth that should be beginning this quest with no prior preparation. So that's, I guess, your understanding of the situation.
Look big when I'm wearing it.
Definitely got
Otherwise,
a couple more inches.
I'm just a really scrawny looking tall guy.
The armor is considered magical, and it is magically formed to fit you at all times. It is adhered to you. There is a command word to take it off that you can only say in private. It will forcefully not allow you to say so otherwise. It is the one protector on it, but there are ways of it being removed.
Put that down.
Command word is hanky panky.
Is it hanky panky?
Whatever you want it to be in private.
Take it off, and then you can.
All right. Meanwhile, Brother Fields drags in Giro, interrupting the city
Can I
stops.
add when
Bernie
he comes
is
out
going
of
on
it?
and ranting. Go on, Bernie.
Is
You're the
he
one
coming
interrupting
out
the
of
fight.
it?
Yeah. As Giro and company are
I
going.
throw another spitwad right at him, like to bring him out because he froze.
That takes me out of my reverie.
Yeah.
Protecting me just like Sid did. Just like Jeff.
As such. Brother, you bring them all in, and damned if you don't feel like this is what it was your first time being tossed like a fool on these floors, these very same floors. The difference was is you had blood spewing out of your teeth because god damn if you weren't caught. You're a hungry guy. Why'd you have to do what you did?
Well, you see, back then I didn't have any family, so I had to steal to survive on the streets. So I did whatever I needed to do. I picked on people that were weak because it was easier to take from. I would steal from those that I knew couldn't stop me, or were too slow to catch up with me before I could eat their bread. doesn't always work out, though. Sometimes you misjudge, and someone's faster than you thought, or stronger.
One step ahead of the gods, man.
There was one stronger. They were cloaked, gloved, prepared, and they had the upper hand. But they weren't the one that hurt you. In fact, they sheltered you. As you stumbled and struggled in hopes to hide deeper within the structure, they brought you in, unknowingly being imprisoned. Late at night, you tumbled to the floor. That's okay in here. I assure you. Nobody will find us. But explain to me, why are you crying? And why have you done what you've done?
I'm a little kid now, I guess, so I don't have this. Well, I gotta eat, don't I? Am I supposed to starve?
Well, have you ever asked or offered exchange? You're young, capable, strong. You can fight others, and others won't fight you. But what happens when you get caught? Again, you think they forget a face like yours? It's a very, very small tribe for you to be running around like you're special. What makes you so special? Show me.
Goes, I never asked before. I figured they'd just say no.
Well, what if I told you that I wouldn't let you leave this building until you promised servitude to me?
Seems like a raw deal.
True.
How...
Let's start with someone bigger than me then. Let's say the Thunder. Heard of him?
Yeah, he's God or something.
Right. Let's say this god can offer you a boon. I will give you the blessing and the coin, and you will just have to serve him. It will take one duty off of me, but it'll allow me to be free and adventure elsewhere. You will run the church. You will be fed every day for every single soul you bring in by force. I assure you it'll be fun. Why would I hinder a very passionate worker of Lathander? You see what I'm going at now? You can still be you, with a purpose. You don't have to be such an asshole all the time. You praise one man's name like it's you saying fuck you to someone else. Just say Lathander praises you. Same goddamn meaning if you say it right.
That's a really good point, sir. I never thought of it that way.
This way you get housed, fed.
I go, well, you said you feed me every day, sir. You got a deal, and I'm gonna do my best not to steal any no more. But
you do my job, I'll have plenty of time to feed you 3 meals a day.
well, you got it, sir.
You got one rule. You stay in the church, and you do what the church says. But if you ever need anything, you come by and you got it. It'll be there for you. And damn if Sid hasn't made every promise. Every time you go to that goddamn spooky place, whatever you need is there. You want a new armor, boom. Sometimes you don't get what you want, but there's usually a reason. You get it. Like there's like a letter or some shit saying, hey, you can find it in and out, nearby. Basically, he's like a wanderer. He kind of goes out to cities and he brings in and exports goods. Everyone talks about him. The whole town loves this dude. He's like the guy. He's the one making the network happen. He's the one booning this little trip, trying to go back to Zeroshi. He's funding the whole operation just through his connections because he's, ambitious. To everyone's eyes, you guys have all been like, that's what's up. To you, he might have a different name. But to the general universe at this time, it's Sid. And he's goddamn always been there. And for some reason, when you go to the house, he's there, you see him, you talk to him, you have your moments, your experiences, and it's always the same when you leave. You feel great. It's like everyone's therapy. But the whole tribe feels it so naturally. He's just another one of all of you. Nothing special, nothing different. He just makes sense. That's it. You guys are all inside the hall. Finally, all together in the current time, and current period, the Dro slip away for a brief moment again. And there's a particular reason why. In 2 days' time, you feel the building of an urge coming along. You have been through this plenty of times. One particular moment, you thought you were very alone. You can sense every animal in range of you. It was a very dark, rainy night, as was the previous multiple nights. It's as if every night it was a full moon, it would rain and set the same conditions it was the very first time you were bit, almost to taunt you, to force it inside you like a struggle, to remind you, to keep you in that zone. I think you're muted in case you're ready to speak back.
Yeah.
You can sense.
I must find a safe place. Cannot be near people and put them in harm's way. I just start running and bolting as far as away. Leaving my house, leaving everything, trying to go to an area in which I know to be safe.
You go to one of your safe havens that you've personally built and structured to
molding
try
earth.
to
Like
maintain.
I try to jump
Mhm.
inside, knowing that I can't use my druidic inspiration, if you will.
You beaver hive up a situation that will hopefully withstand you during the period in which this takes effect. As it does, you smell something in the air. Give me a perception check at advantage. It's sweet. It's recognizable. Oh yes. Oh yes. You know what this is.
Oh boy.
Lula, what are you doing out here? So close for me to smell you.
Oh no. Should I roll a wisdom saving throw if
Yes,
I
please. You got it.
Oh boy. Here we go. I bolt as I'm
Ooh,
transforming.
Chase. Immediately as you start running, for the first time, it is not just chicken flock. It is fur. It is you. It is raw. It is real. As you're dashing ahead, hungry. You smell it probably 300 yards away.
Oh, I'm gonna eat that girl.
You are ready.
I didn't like her anyways.
And then something happens. A shed of moonlight fires down before you, and before you know it, you go through it. You get caught, almost stalled. You begin to burn. And as you do, it's burning away the very flesh of the wolf you became. And it is you again. You almost feel chained down, forced. Give me a constitution save.
Con save. Oh, I was using my. I have a better wisdom save. It's funny. I was using my con save before. Okay.
You manage to resist the compulsion to knock out as you keep your focus, and as you do, you see a hooded figure approach you. My friend, do you need aid? Perhaps you are cursed by some kind of foul.
Thank you, for I was about to do something I would have regretted.
You see him kind of holding his hand out, and you see this like surrounding of you, this encaging of light from above, literally directed from the moon, the full moon ahead. He goes, I can only hold this as long as the moon is up. If a cloud comes by, you will turn back. I cannot promise I'll catch you again. Fool you once, fool you twice.
Normally, if I get really, really high, I pass out, and it allows for me to not transform.
I see.
The only way that's
What
been
stopped you
helping
this
me.
time?
I was too late
Who were you
in
chasing?
getting my sister. I could smell her.
Hmm.
My least favorite one.
That must be a tasty potential meal then. Let's say I were to let you try. Do you think you'd wake up fine?
I can't tell. I can't promise you. I must get to my hovel that I created to keep me and my friends from danger and family.
My friend, I can only promise you an opportunity, but you must want it enough. If I were to release you from this spell, you will immediately turn back into your former way of being. In doing so, you may chase Tallulah yet again, and you may succeed in your goal. Or you will find your hovel. I honestly do not know. Do you decide to be freed or held until the morning?
If you can hold me here, keep me here, because I can't promise I won't change. I have
Let's
never
settle.
not been able to keep the urges at bay, unless I've been passed out, fucked up, high.
It's a cloudy night, though. If it breaks the connection, we could be in trouble. With the risks. If it breaks, can you get back safely? Or will you hunt her down?
I will do my best, but I
Or
can't
maybe
promise.
B100. You have to roll 75 or higher for no cloud interruption.
Oh.
Oh. As he holds you throughout the night, you have a one-to-one with him. As he explains to you many methods of a cure, you understand in great detail what you must do, but you also understand that you may never be so freely held by someone who can, at least not anytime soon. You don't know anyone who can do what this man has done. And very often on full moons, you would go to his home, and he would keep you at bay. He would hold you there, protecting the tribe from you and your potential danger.
So this person, if I understand you correctly, I would have been able to, after this point, I've been able to seek him out.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Just like all of you guys could have in your own ways, you have complete
somehow,
memory,
some
recollection of
way-
this person being always there for you.
Okay. In one of our conversations,
Mhm.
and Steve, I must find a cure for this. I promised my paw.
Yes, you did. Perhaps you go looking sometime, or perhaps I'll search for you too. If I find it, though, would you be willing to come too?
Anything. But I cannot, in good conscience, pass this along. This must end with me, either in death or curing.
Well, let's consider this. I'll see what's necessary and where we must be to do such a thing. And I will acquire those we might need to do it. Just be ready for my call. You know, you can always come here on a full moon, but I might reach you sooner.
And if you call and I help these friends, how will they keep me at bay?
Well, I'd hope that they'd learn what they need to know to do when they need to do it. Or else they're not very useful. But they'll feed you for a few days.
Cool.
Well,
Not a fan of this idea.
We'll see. We'll see.
I will teach them what I can in the way I know best, through poems.
Entrust them with as little as they need to know, because some of them might be too quick to kill such a danger. But
Yes.
if you
That
wish
is
to
why I
achieve
will
your
teach
goal,
them.
you will need them also.
I'll teach them through the powerful words and use metaphors. And hopefully they remember.
Well, you keep it up. I'm sure we'll see
Maybe
great
a
things to
comic
come.
book version.
So, Dro, you have yours. Vicini.
I'm assuming real quick
Huh?
you'll send me
Yes, I'll send you the
some
information.
like
Yeah.
information regarding what they would potentially need to do.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There's a
Okay.
whole instruction set. Yeah. I'm working on all the handouts, but so far I've been doing some pretty good progress. Vicini. One day you decided it was time. You're gonna go into that crazy building because you're fully prepared, and god damn if you weren't gonna show your pa something because you know he's watching somewhere. Always over your shoulder. Pa.
Okay, I'm going in.
No pep talk. He stays as quiet as his name is as he goes forward. You get to the door. You've never touched this building, not once.
I can do this. The friend.
You open it. Give me a... Let me look at your character real quick.
Intimidation check?
A medicine? Is that what you said?
I said
Oh,
intimidation.
intimidation.
That's what I'm best at.
That's
For
not
some reason,
gonna
I'm
help
good
you.
at that.
Jesus. Yeah, you don't got anything you actually need for this. But we're gonna go ahead and... Gosh, you have really bad skill set for what I'm about to test you on. Let's do a medicine at advantage. Just because of your nature of a Yanti, you understand kind of like poisons, things in the air, pollens, that kind of thing. Okay. There is a high degree of hallucinogen gas in the air as you walk inside.
My slits.
You put your slits down. You start looking around. You hear, very clever. Very clever indeed. As a round of applause comes up. Hooded gloved individual. Wow. I've had many visitors come to my home, but I've never had one so simply direct with their way of approach. What made you so brave in bronze? Everyone's usually so afraid of such a domain. Though it did take you years to arrive, you still did it with almost no hesitation.
You invited me. You don't remember me?
I did not forget you, but I want to know who are you. Last time you didn't have a name.
Vidini.
Vasily. I like it. Did you choose that all on your own?
Oh, it was my birth name. My parents gave it to me.
Oh, well, I never heard them say it, at least not enough.
Nobody said it. But I know it was my name.
Very well, Vasily. I need a favor of you. But it may not be as simple as taking a walk. It might require you to be more bronze and witty. And you're quite witty, I think.
Thanks. Nobody said that, but it's true. I really am quite witty.
I thought the
I
same.
talk to myself sometimes now, ever since you told me to talk to myself more.
The ideas you come up with, I'm sure, are fabulous.
Best. Like I thought maybe I could run faster if maybe I try swinging my arms or holding them in front of me, because then I'm blocking the wind.
Ah, aerodynamics.
So I'm going to try that.
I like it. Very fun. Well, I wanted you to be a bit more observant and prepared for your Tribling's exciting adventures. I want you to participate more, be involved, get nosy, be a force of nature in the tribe.
Force? Me?
Well, you've been practicing and you've been bullied a lot less. I'd imagine that you're ready for the next step.
I suppose. I mean, I've been practicing, but
But it took
I've
you
been
this long to approach your
pushed
next
around a
goal.
lot.
Well, look at you now. You're much bigger. You're grown. And some people are
stand up
following
straighter.
magazines, so I'm sure you have a bit better with your armor and whatnot.
I'm great with this. Nothing even hurts anymore, really. Well, some things, but most things don't hurt anymore.
Wonderful. Take this Triscuit platter I created for you. I put different flavors and a bit of unique poisons for you to taste and become familiar with. So if you ever come across them, you might have a chance of creating some enzymes in time. It's a natural thing. I'll explain it to you very honestly.
No, I'm like internally, I'm just like, he wants me to eat poison.
Yeah. It is not your favorite task, but it is a smart one.
Yes, of course.
One only grows stronger as a Yanti if you do such. You should know your own culture and should not hold against yourself. You will only get bolder with it. Embrace what it is your father gave you, even if he didn't want to.
Seen my siblings do this, do it too.
Very well. You may take it to your own domicile. I have other matters to attend. Be wary of those around you and learn to resist all. You will care for them, but you will also be their opposite.
Okay. Thanks.
Remember, weakness is never shown, because there is no such thing. And he sends you off.
Run like a man. Run like a man. Going
You
to
were
my
all
toys and things.
brought back to class. Everyone is focusing, and they say, "Oh my gosh! What have you? Shut up!" As Pete barks out, calling to attention. I didn't have Pete ready. My bad. Where is Pete? Where is Pete? Mm-hmm.
Are we supposed to have a different view than this?
I'm gonna switch it right now. I haven't.
Okay.
So it's this. Back at the lesson hall. You see Pico. No, you kids, shut up. I'm so sick of all you just barking all goddamn time. Will one of you get a control here? Father, why am I feeding you every night if you can't keep control of these hooligans? He's talking to brother.
Well, you know, they're good kids. They're just all riled up about this Griffin business, or this rock business. You know,
Yeah, it's a bird. And what? Y'all got the meat. Y'all volunteering to go set the fire too. I bet you want to take the boat and go across the ocean while we distracted and killed in there, huh? Y'all some wise little fuckers, you know that?
Oh my God! Can we sail across the ocean?
You know how to sail a boat?
We can figure it out.
I'm sure you got one of those comics to just illustrate you what a boat
Yeah.
looks like.
He just starts going through his pack to try to find one.
Yeah, there's one that says being seaworthy, and it's missing 2 pages, but otherwise it covers the basics before you hit the ocean.
Well, he keeps talking. I'm gonna try to speed read it.
Got it. He goes, and what about you, Jerome, your little ideas?
I'm sorry. I was
What?
writing a poem about Lathander.
Give it to us. See if it's inspirational or not.
In dawn's embrace, Lathander's might guide students toward the radiant light. Lessons learned, shadows flee, hope and faith their journey's key. Love's art within each heart does rise, Lathander's flame a brilliant prize. With grace they navigate the morn, guided by the deity's love adorned.
That'd do a damn thing for me. What about all you students?
Then he's just gonna come up from his comic and go back to it.
I was clapping, and then I stopped when everyone seemed to not like it.
Brother Fields?
I picked the worst. I was peeing. Sorry.
All right. Well, that shows that Brother Fields is a damn disappointment today. Pete's like,
Yeah,
you
sorry,
only
guys.
need man, I
There you
tell
go.
you all. Boys, you all go take a day. We're gonna discuss amongst adults who's gonna go and set up the traps, and you all have a good night. He sends you all off on your way. You guys can go into a long rest, but you guys briefly converge. So mingle as you depart.
Anyone want to come over to my place and get
Yes, I
high?
think we should go talk. We get that's serious business.
Hey,
We gotta
yeah, and by the way, before I go out, is there any food that I see laying around?
Oh yeah, they always have
Yeah.
like a little sandwich for you guys to take.
Yeah, I'm gonna filch like 9 of them if I can. Just like
Well, last time we were at his house, he had a whole meal for everybody.
yeah. Well, I'm gonna use this as like a reason to stay over. Just be like, I'm gonna hold up a whole bunch of sandwiches when I get out and be like, hey, I got food. We can, yeah, let's stay over. Yeah, let's go to your place, man. We can eat sandwiches. And then I just like hand one to Dro.
Dro takes it for sure and starts eating it right there.
Yeah, and we can eat so many sandwiches tonight, man. We can see how many we eat. How many we eat. Hey, Viz, come on, man. How many do you think you can eat?
How many we eat? How many we eat? Oh, how many? One.
One. You're eating 3 tonight. He shoves 3 at you.
This is a lot of food. I don't usually
All right, Dro,
get very much
lead the way,
food.
man.
Dro just like proudly with his sandwich that he's taking a bite of and like his his staff, just walking.
You
As
got
he
it.
goes.
Zini will turn his back at one point, do like Mandalorian. You guys don't see my face while I eat.
You got
Take a bite.
Dro's gonna be like talking about the areas that he thinks they'll do the like stakeout or like the smoke out, if you will.
Okay.
Um,
You guys can talk real quick.
He
amongst
would be
yourselves. I'm gonna
talking
grab
about a
another
smoke out, wouldn't he?
Yeah, he'd be talking about literally a smoke out.
yeah. There's been one time where I had a wonderful experience in the forest where I smoked for 4 days straight. It was magnificent. You could see the bird from there. It was out of its territory. But the sights were were unbelievable.
Bird?
Yeah, that's isn't the bird like the rock is the thing that we're trying to.
Oh.
Yeah.
You got to the rock bird. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
we
while you guys,
Within a
while you're
view
talking
of
about
it
that,
in Ashland?
No, I don't think we can see
No,
it.
no, it's out.
I thought it was
Like
out
I'm
in
talking
open.
about. I'm no. Well, there's a path that leads that they're like having trouble. It's like, from what I understood, is it was attacking travelers. I made
Yeah,
like travel because this was a nomadic group that like traveled
okay.
along the
Gotcha.
coast.
Yeah, and
So-
if we tried to send any like air stuff, it would attack the air stuff. I think.
Yeah, exactly. So I would travel out and smoke and
Alright.
view and write about it.
He's
now.
so obsessed with TikTok, it's horrible.
what kind of sandwiches were there?
Yeah.
They were
The most important
bologna
question.
with some like they're not bacon, but it's like their equivalent of whatever you have in the area, fowl bacon, turkey bacon, whatever you got, and breadcrumbs that are dried,
While
kind of
Joe's
like
going on about
skin.
that, like one of the sandwiches, I'm gonna pull out the bologna and like eat,
Okay.
and then I like a mouth, and I'm gonna put it on my face and be like, "Hey guys, I'm Meat Man."
That's very funny.
I want to do similar. I'm gonna open up mine and take a one big bite at the middle, and then I'll just put the big circle thing on the front of my helmet.
Oh my God,
Meat
you're
Man.
Sandwich Man, Sandwich Man, and Meat Man, yeah.
Which man combos.
There was one time I thought I was a sandwich. I got so
Oh
high.
my God. No. How did you feel? Did somebody eat you?
I think I was chewing on my arm by the end of the night because I felt so tasty.
I've been that hungry. I definitely have been.
That was one of those full moon high nights.
And with that, you're saying that he's going to take from the sandwich he took the bologna out of. He's going to take 2 pieces of bread and then put it like right on your ears. Be like, Sandwich Man.
Now, I'm okay with wasting some bologna for a joke, but do not waste bread made from the grain of lathander in such a frivolous manner. You are going to eat that bread, young man.
Yes,
Oh,
we should eat the bread.
man.
He's right. We don't want to waste it.
On that note, that's awesome. Brother Fields, can you share your personal goal of planting that you are now bestowing upon your visages before you?
And while that happens, Bernie's gonna like take the bread, like to eat it, and then just be like,
Well, what do you
Got
mean?
it.
What am I saying? Sorry.
Oh, your goal of
Check.
populating the world of
Saw that.
Lathander's wheat and growth and
Oh,
seed.
yeah, yeah. You know, you just
I'll do a
Lathander.
stealth check.
Lathander grows on all things.
Damn.
Lathander's the sun, you see.
Well, I
Thank-
saw it. I go to pick up the bread, and I'll eat it later.
Wait, hold
'cause I
on,
think
I
it's bad.
gotta stealth it.
Lathander.
Not gonna beat me.
Lathander.
You saw me.
Boys, you may lie to me, but you will never lie to Lathander, and that is something you will have to grapple with in the depths of your own soul.
Oh, you saw me pick up the bread is what
Yeah,
probably
you're
happened.
a good one. That is why Lathander has blessed you with such a strong body and arm.
Lathander praise us.
I go. I'm
Put it in my pouch.
And while
Lathander
you're
will grow.
talking, Bernie's gonna put his sandwiches in like his bag, and he's like 16. He's gonna start doing like cartwheels in front of you guys, like listening to you, but like not really listening.
Joe's definitely smoking on his pipe at this point. And then he's kind of like mumbling and talking to himself.
Are you praising? Are you praying to Lathander, young man, with those mumbles?
Yes.
Well, I'm glad to hear it.
This would be praising.
And I just
Not even a roll to see if you.
It was pretty convincing to me.
yeah, I
I
trust
like
you
that.
guys. You know, you guys.
Brother
Like
Fields,
that.
I mean,
After
you might
that
not
point,
know it, but that was a dark man.
after that point, Joe just like to make it sound like he literally starts saying something Lathander, something Lathander, something to make it sound like he's actually praying.
Well, it's better than nothing. Boys, I'll take it. I'll take it.
You love hearing the name Lathander. That's all you ever had to do to get power. So you're like, it works. Look at
Yeah.
And
you
while
just-
that
boys,
happens, I'm gonna be doing cartwheels, and then every once in a while bust out and like pull out my bow and pretend to shoot something. Ranger Ted.
Call it Ranger
Ranger
Ted.
Ted.
That's awesome. I'm gonna make you a special animation for Ranger Ted. That's what I'm gonna do.
Can I?
Ranger Ted.
Can I just be casting guidance on him? I really want him to succeed. So I'm just like, I am actually praying to Lathander, and I'm like, Lathander, please bless this silly cartwheeling orphan boy. I hope that please do not let him break his ankles.
Yeah, as give me D1 religion check. Fuck it. You probably have good religion, right?
Okay.
Or not? I don't know. Do you?
Yeah,
By the
yeah.
way, I do have to ask with Joe's art with the white beard, like, is he young and still has a white beard?
He's young, wearing a fake beard.
Yeah, it's fake.
Ah,
dude.
got it.
You
got
don't
it.
know it. Yeah.
No one
Okay.
knows it, but you're
Yeah.
all confused.
You
Yeah,
already
it
take
is
it off.
really
assume-
questionable, but he's just a high guy, so you're like, it must be in the weed. I don't know, you know? It's like okay.
Yeah.
You guys just accept him, you know? He's a weird dude.
That's the part of the time being weird. He's just
Yeah.
weird as fuck.
We're
We've
just
got
a
a guy who
group
never
of
takes
really
it off.
young people.
Yeah. I mean, you got a dude who's Mandalorian, so, you know, yeah. So nonetheless, you guys do take your rest. You guys don't need to really, I mean, unless you need to roll for a long rest, I don't think you need to, but you may if you wish to, just to log it in.
I think I do, because I only have 2 life left.
Oh yeah, that's right. You got
Oh,
fucked
yeah, you
up.
got smoke. Oh, that was.
I did hit somebody.
I'm gonna use the bathroom real quick.
All right, take a quick little intermission as we get on to the next.
Oh, I could change my spells if we're long.
Okay.
Okay. Clerics are so hard.
Like, as in hard to play, they're pretty easy.
No, I mean I get to repick my spells. So now I'm trying
Oh
to...
yeah. That's kind of cool though. It's like kind of like a nice little perk.
Yeah, it's very strong, but I'm just like, I don't know. Do you think we're gonna need food? Should I make?
No, because why would anyone have to eat? It's so silly.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I wouldn't eat. There's no need.
Got my right.
Ever.
Okay. I mean, we won't starve, and we have food for one day probably. But
Well, we have a bunch of sandwiches.
yeah, we have a bunch of sandwiches. That's right. So if we go to bed one night, we're hungry. I'll be like, right, guys, I'll wake up tomorrow morning and we can make breakfast or something. Oh, hold on. Yeah.
I bet you can move.
Do any of you guys want to get married? I can marry you guys.
I was gonna say I also have some extra food. If
Mhm.
you guys want poison food, a whole platter given to me.
I'm not gonna change it. I'm just...
I think
No,
I'm
thank
gonna
you.
grab ceremony. Also, I love the idea of getting that plus defense for wedding somebody.
Yeah. But like, the other thing is, let me double check how this works. But I think,
You're the worst.
Could you marry me to like a butterfly or something?
Can it be temporary when it
It has
dies?
to be.
Yeah.
Like,
It only
it's a
lasts a
passive
week.
agreement, you know?
Then, as long as the butterfly loves you, it has to also want
Two
to be
adult
married to you.
commitments.
It does. Oh,
Yeah, it has to be adult.
Put it in the chat. Let's see. That's just for understanding's sakes. Maybe there's a loophole. You know?
Okay. I mean, it does other stuff, which I think might be more interesting.
Okay. Let's see.
Hold on, I have to go to the not prepared.
Definitely not prepared. We see that.
I
We're
mean,
waiting.
wouldn't an animal that I like, maybe like a bird that I always leave food for, like instinctually just
I mean,
like,
like act like you're casting it. I guess I don't. I mean, maybe
Yeah, I'm trying. It's not prepared, so it won't let me cast it.
is it prepared? Like, just force it. I mean, you guys cheat all the
So
time.
we
Come
can
on.
just grab.
Come
I
on.
mean, 20
Player.
Hold on,
Dude,
hold on. I mean, let me try.
this spell takes 25 gold pieces. No fucking way does any one of us have 25 gold pieces.
Well, it's actually not
I'm way
saying it.
poor. Way too poor.
That's so annoying.
It is.
Here, ceremony
There you go. Click on it there.
Ivy.
Okay.
Pay to play, bro.
But basically, it does other stuff. But like, I can make holy water. I can restore your alignment if it gets changed for some reason. When you become an adult, I can bless you. I can do a coming of age ceremony. I can
Ooh, that
convert
does.
people to my religion, and I can like make corpses not be able to come undead. Basically,
And you can get NPCs with convincingness blessed for free for 24 hours. That's dope.
yeah, definitely.
Sick. Super cool.
Dude, you could do coming of age for Bernie.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. And I can take it slow.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Just so you guys know, if one of you dies, unless you specifically ask me not to, out of character, I'm gonna prepare ceremony and do the funeral rite spell so you can't become undead for some reason. Unless you have a really specific hope that your character becomes undead.
I feel like if one of us got dead, we'd be really pissed with you. Wise, I think you're fine.
Okay. That's just his religion, what his religion would tell him to do, probably.
I think that's something any of our characters are going to get anyway. So,
But yeah, but if we ever need holy water, I can make holy water.
All right. As the night goes on, you all sleep well. As a normal day and a normal evening, and in comes another normal day. You awake. And as you wake, there's a lot of commotion going on. A lot of odd confusion. it kind of all goes by you guys because for some reason you're all drawn to one location. As you guys are walking through town, looking around, and it's not that it's muted, but it's muffled. All the noise and commotion. You're all just focused on going to Sid's house. Y'all want to just say hi. Just feel
Am I retching at all? Because I'm eating his meat.
No.
plate.
It seems to be going very palatable with you. It's accepting. Your bodies and enzymes are bonding with it naturally, and the proteins are recreated to understand it for the future's defenses. I will explain it to
We'll
you.
offer up a piece if anybody else wants. If anybody else sees me eating it, wants some.
Does anyone else choose to take any pastry? Unbeknownst to what its effects are.
I think I would.
Bernie.
I'd probably eat any like picked grain berries or whatever that I found around the forest.
Got it.
The forest's blessings.
Bernie, give me a Kana advantage.
The thunder blessed me with a good bounty of berries, grain, and mushrooms.
Praise the thing.
Oh God.
I appreciate that you eat that, but
Wow.
only meat for me. I don't really do the grains.
You take a bite. Ooh.
Be right back.
Woof, Bernie. It is going down rough.
Grains are for Lathander, not for his followers.
Bernie, you never thought this could hurt drinking and eating at the same time. You thought water would be safe with pastry like this, and for some reason the water is amplifying the intensity of this poison you have just ingested unbeknownst to you. As you go about thinking you are a survivor of nature, you kind of immediately go to one knee. Whew. How you feeling, Bernie?
Not good. Upset stomach. Starting to get a migraine.
A little irritable bowel syndrome, perhaps. Let's see. 6 points of ingestion.
Oh God.
I'll eat eggs.
You're not feeling great, Bernie. As you step back. The rest of the team, how do you guys all feel as you guys are all walking from different directions to
Do
Sid's
I
house?
see him?
You all
feeling
see
sick?
you all see a crossroads, and Bernie being with Vicini, you see Dro kind of like 20 feet away, and Brother Rogers about 15. As everyone witnesses Bernie ingesting one of these pastries.
The way that I'm seeing it, and Bernie let me know, or like Randall let me know if that's not. But what I'm seeing is you choking while you maybe ate it too fast and drank the water. So from my perspective, it looks like you're choking on it. Lay on hands is really just me running up to you and patting you on the back because I think you're choking.
Okay.
That's you
and-
getting healed 5.
Okay, you're gonna heal him. Okay.
That's me healing you. Is
That's
me making sure you don't
fine.
choke.
Yeah.
Praise the
Maybe
Lord.
most of it comes up. That's why I heal. I don't know.
You got it. You got it.
I like that.
I like
you
that. I
spit
like
out
that.
a bunch.
Yeah, you come up and you're just like, you're doing the basic hand maneuver and stuff, but unbeknownst to them, you're doing some magical powers, and you may be yourself at this time. As such, the rest of you see this commotion. You all come together before Sid's house in confusion of why you're all here, but Bernie seems to take the spotlight yet again. You have your voice again, Bernie. You are slowly recovering in a sense of you can stand. You have the shivers. You're kind of like having a stroke of cold fever going over you, but otherwise you're functional. You just now understand the potentials of these poisons.
Yeah, the pastries aren't for everyone. Just figuring it out.
Sorry, I didn't realize they would go down bad. Wouldn't do that to you.
But hey, anyways, thank you for the food, man. Like, I appreciate it.
You're all like kind of puffed up.
They gave
from
it to me.
the immediate reaction, and you're slowly swelling down. As such, you
know
also.
what? I still have this. And I pull out the old bread from yesterday that he threw on the ground.
Yeah, I'm 16 years old. I'm starving. I eat it. I do.
You take it. I mean, everyone's had some stale bread. We know what it's like, but you make it happen. You know, you're fucking hungry. As such, for some reason, you all walk up to Sid's door and realize you're all here. But why at the same time? This is weird. None of you have ever been here at the same time before. None of you have ever crossed paths walking in and out. This isn't like a therapy hall. You guys literally just show up thinking it's just your place. You've never considered ever that maybe someone else hangs out with this guy. Maybe that's why you don't see him sometimes. But you're all
How
here
do
together.
you all know Sid? Or
How do you know Sid?
Steve?
Steve? Who the heck is Steve? You gotta know.
Let's say unanimously, it all makes sense. It all translates the same. But you all have your own names for him.
Oh, you're talking about the original Ranger Ted. Yeah.
To
Yeah,
you,
I know
it
what you're talking
translates
about.
Steve. Yeah, the Steve, obviously. You know.
Yeah, of course. That's original Jeff.
Yes.
Everyone's like Jeff, yeah, Jeff. You know.
Yep.
What about you, father? Brother, sorry.
I know
I've already upgraded you.
brother Sid or something.
Brother Sid. Yeah, he's like, Brother Sid. No. Everyone's like, yeah, Sid. Everyone, you know, it all just translates oddly the same. As such, do anyone divulge, or you all just kind of cover up? Just say, we know, he's a cool guy, etc.
I mean,
Okay.
Steve and I go out foraging for weed, herbs, and shrooms on occasion. We often go camping once a month. I was coming here to tell him about the next spot I'd like to go, because I think there's a great patch of wibble wobble herb.
You're about to have more Wibble Wobble herb? Love that stuff.
It's a
even-
better and bigger crop this year.
Here, because Jeff also likes the Wibble Wobble? Because I didn't know that about him.
He loves the Willy Wonka, but the wibble wobble is one of his favorites too.
I had no idea you even knew Jeff. I had no clue.
I just assumed Brother Sid knew everyone, but I didn't know you all knew him so well. He served everyone in this community.
Well, he was the biggest fan of Ranger Ted. I'm just gonna tell you, like, he might be Ranger Ted. That's why we hang out. Like, I don't know about your wibble wobble, your wonky tonky, or whatever the heck it is, but like, he knows his Ranger Ted. Oh my god. I crashed here talking to him about it so many times.
You literally see a cot that has like a dog tag name that says Bernie on it. You actually see where he sleeps sometimes when he crashes here.
So, well, heck, boys. Now that I know you know Sid just like I do, I feel like I understand you a little bit. I'm sorry I've been so hard on all of you. I just love Lathander so much, and I think you guys would think he's a real neat guy if you just let him in your heart.
No,
What if
you're right.
Lathander wasn't a guy, but a woman?
Sure, whatever. I don't give a shit.
Lathander is the entity of our city. I was told by Jeff that I could be made stronger through my faith to Lathander.
That's absolutely
I
right.
think yeah, right, brother. That's what I'm saying. Brother Fields understands.
I knew you were a good student. I understand why. Sid, he listened to Sid. And you boys didn't. You gotta start really thinking about your actions. You could have been healing people just like this nice young man.
Steve and I get really high, and it's fun.
All right.
Yeah,
well,
Sid and I just talked about Ranger Ted, and like, yeah, he taught me how to shoot a bow. That was pretty cool. Like, Lathander, like he said, like Lathander's cool and all, but like he never harped on him. Her, him. What?
You
I don't
guys
even
aren't
remember.
here
between
just
you and
working on
Lathander.
your confidence and getting kind of
Lathander's an
stereotyped?
it.
between you and Lathander.
Well, I guess, I mean, I didn't realize you would all be here, but you all want to go in?
That's a great idea.
As you guys open the door, inside is the similar non-extensual room of Bernie, as Bernie's not allowed into this next step. His is literally a little casita on the side. As you guys go into the main domain of this hall, you see the typical furniture arranged, but for some reason everything is a bit more dusted. It's clean. And for a lack of a visual, it's all in your imagination. As there is a table in the center that you've never seen before that has a complete layout of the village. But it's small, miniature, and on about, say, 12 or so inches away from it is the entire ocean and then Zeroshi, the entire coastline, with the full visual from the height all the way down to the beach shoreline. A complete understanding, as if one had been mapping it out. There are 4 routes in the water, 2 of them green, 1 yellow, another red. There are 5 routes in the air. All of them are the yellow color. There is no key in sight, but before you lies a vision which makes very many clear directions of attempts of arriving at Zeroshi.
Before that vision kicks off, Joe says, Steve was never good at drawing rainbows.
I think he was
Okay. He's good. I love it. Oh.
Well, a Thanda makes all sorts of folks. Some can see color good, some can't. Between them and a Thanda, nothing to do with me.
You then see little placards around the room under clothed tables or some sorts. Each placard has one of your names on it.
What? That's how you spell your name? You've been spelling it wrong on your homework this whole time.
Walk up to my placard. I think this is me.
Listening. As you unveil your sheathed item before you, or entity, or object, or such, it turns out that it is that of an addition, like a thin plate of sheer, finely indented metal that looks like it'll go over the encasement of your particular setting, like an upgrade of sorts.
Whoa. This is made just for me. Must have been my like graduation present.
With it comes a note. It says, Fizz, you have grown. You have become something a bit more different. As such, I want you to understand that I want to give you an opportunity, a chance. I need you to do what you promised. Everyone in this room matters greatly. You must learn each of them. Protect them when they need it from themselves and others. Most importantly, you need to survive yourself. I give you this gift. Every dawn, it'll refresh its energy to protect you from one major encounter. Basically, it's a temporary adamantine cover plate that every day, if a crit hits you, the first crit will always be neutral. But after that, other crits can hit you. So it's like a lower version adamantine cover.
Always there to protect me. Thanks, Jeff.
And now you understand your focus are the people in this room. Whatever that means, you follow them. This is what your father's watching. This is what Jeff's watching. This is your moment.
I can protect these people.
As always,
I can stand up.
You're going in blind. It's a new challenge, a new day. Drew, give me a performance, please.
Yeah, it's gonna be some real nice rainbow colors.
Can I walk up to is my name on one of the?
Yeah. No, I said everyone in the room, but I guess you weren't in it. So unfortunately, you missed out. You should have walked in the room.
Sure.
Like it's real simple. Like I'm just kidding. Yes, you would like to unveil your stuff. Dro is struggling. He's realizing that there are no colors but the green, yellow, and red in the room. So he's not really able to do too much more than what it is, but he's filling it out, so it's not so thin.
He's making them thicker.
There you go. He's bolding it. I'm sorry, Brother Fields. I was just teasing you.
No,
Yes.
I was just like, damn, I wasn't in the room.
And I should be more crucial, huh? That'd be brutal. As you walk in, you see inside this like little canary case. No bird. But instead, where one canary would stand, a lockpick. Small little scroll note hanging as if it were that of a pigeon's letter.
Okay. I would, I guess, open the cage to try to read the note.
As you go to open the cage, it has a double helix trick lock. All you have to do is take the time and patience to slowly maneuver the puzzle to find the right pressure point,
Sure.
which of course you already know. But he challenges you anyways. Give me a sleight of hand, please.
Okay. Can I pray to Lathander and give myself guidance?
Absolutely.
Okay. Splendid. Okay.
Not bad, not bad. You swivel a little. Tink. It's just big enough for your hand to fit in, but it's never that easy. You already had a break in. There must be something else. Give me an investigation.
I pray to Lathander still.
Absolutely, every time, yeah. I mean, all you say is Lathander. That's your entire vocabulary.
Not
Oof.
Lathander.
Oof.
Not
Lathander.
Lathander.
Lathander, if it is
into
your
a
will,
thing.
please tell me what this means.
You stick your hand inside and you feel this weird kind of tingle. You pull it out real quick. Can't be that easy. Everyone else in the room, Bernie, do you uncover yours?
Can I start
I'm
to
sorry,
ritual
I had to
cast
step away.
detect
What am I?
magic? That'll take 10 minutes, but
Yeah, that's fine. You can do that. Go ahead and just pop it in the chat. Bernie, you guys are in the room of Sid's home. There is a map of the tribe and a massive kind of miniature setting of Zeroshi. And there are random placards covering random things underneath them with your names on them.
Yes, I would definitely go to mine and like pull it out and like. Well, I mean, like, what does it look like with the placard? Is it like under?
It's
things,
like,
or-
yeah, it's under like a tarp. So there's like a placard on top of like a tarp that, and yours looks a bit more roundish in figure on the top, cylindrical, and then more flat toward the bottom. Probably
It's like
no more than
covered
5 or 4
covered in
feet.
a tarp. You say?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'd grab mine and yank it out.
As you yank it out, it's a chest, old and antique, beautifully in bronze with dirt and sand. It's sand. There's not even well, there is, but not nearby. But there's sand on this. It must have been dug up from one of Ted's, Ranger Ted's,
Whoa. It's an
pirate guy.
adventure chest.
It is
I'd
unlocked.
immediately start going to like bash it open. Yeah, it's
You
unlocked.
bash
like,
it
I just,
open.
like throw the lid just like wildly, like a kid
And
going
there's a little
into
tote
like
bag.
a toy thing.
As you throw your forearm to block it and you look inside, and inside is this long, fine looking lace with these beautiful looking silk threads. Over it.
I'm confused.
Over it is what looks to be a cover of sorts. It's not metal, it's not glass, it's not necessarily plastic, but it's this weird kind of film as a buffer between you and the lace. It seems to be encased in such. It's like a soft package, kind of like a vellum of sorts. And then there is a letter on the top of the chest in the lid.
Well, I wasn't raised politely, so I'm going to try to grab that, and then afterwards I would
As
try to
you
read the letter.
try to grab it, give me a slow Constitution saving throw.
Okay. And this is where Bernie dies. Oh my god, it was almost a 1.
You grab it. You go past the vellum bag. You kind of rip through it with your eagerness because it wasn't necessary. It was more of a delicacy. And you just feel this serrating, just small phenite in your hand, and just like, ah! As you pull it out, nothing comes back with it. But inside, you can see just speckles of your blood stuck like little sap sacs all across it in a beady form along the entire fibers of this unique lace. And you have taken 4 points of damage. And your hand
Goddamn.
continues to seem to bleed. It's as if it is not contained just yet.
I will now hesitate and then reassess and now really notice the letter, and then remembering what Sid taught me about reading, I'll grab that. And
As you grab the letter and open it,
uh-oh.
it says, one of Ranger Ted's secrets to survival in the wild was never published in any volume to ever exist. It is called bleed. Apply this lace fairly upon the tips of your arrows, and if you can consecutively hurt the same one, they will fall quicker than you'd expect.
Oh, hell yeah.
You have
Yes.
enough. You have enough supply to you of this particular silk to tip 100 arrows. You can decide at any time how many. I'll give you. You don't have the item in your inventory yet, but I'll put it in there, and then you can apply it, etc., as you see fit. There is on it some kind of gibberish recipe that you do not know how to read, and none of your allies know, but it looks like some kind of alchemic manner to what this material is. But you know it to be like a code. You see it in plenty of Ranger Ted survival guides, but it's never been defined. It's just like, you always think of it like a symbol, just like a sign for Ranger Ted and the places he goes, or whatever that may be, like an embossed serial print kind of thing.
This
But
is so cool.
you do know that this causes a bleed effect. I'll give you the item and I'll fill it all out. But basically, so this grows with you based off of your finesse skill with the bow. At the moment, it does an additional D4 as long as you hit the same target every time. After hitting them once with one of these arrows, you do an additional D4 with every hit. So you only have to use
Sweet.
one of them that are tipped with it. After you hit them, keep hitting them with regular arrows, and it'll cause additional bleed damage. If you change targets, it'll then end. That arrow is considered a magical item.
Yes. Awesome.
So that is your
Thank you,
89.
DM.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm fucking you guys up by you guys hurting yourselves with your own shit. So
Yeah, but we're young as fuck.
Yeah.
We're young and dumb, dude.
I love it. I love it. You're surviving. That's what counts. You guys clearly have the ability to not die. As such. Next up, we got 2 more. Do you want to go now, Dro, or are you still focused on your?
No, yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll come to my senses and realize that there's probably more important things at hand, and go to the placard with my name on it.
As you head to the placard, it seems to be a very small case of sorts. As you remove the tarp, it looks almost like that of what you would call a rolled case, but really it's like a cigar case that holds about 6 of your biggest blunt-like things, but whatever terms it is you wish to call them. And it's heavy. It's not heavy, like insane, but it's like a cool 6 pounds. It's like, whoa, like whatever's in here is fucking packed. It's not a huge thing. It's about a proper cigar case, but it's that weighty. And
Call them wobble sticks.
there you go, wobble sticks.
Holy shit, that's so
Wobble with it. Wobble with it.
You never walk the same after taking a hit of those bad boys. So, do you open it or do you keep it closed?
Yeah, I'll gingerly, carefully open it as if it's
peek inside.
with the care that I would
Finesse, yeah, proper
care and
handling.
finesse. Yeah, exactly. Just like slowly.
You're just like, oh man, cool. You just kind of slowly pop it open. It's like as it opens up, you see 6 very weighty wobble sticks, and you cannot, from the visual, identify any of the ingredient. You're like, whoa, this is a whoa. This is like You have no fucking clue what it does, but if you do one of them, it's gonna be something different every time. And each one has 5 uses. You have to intake it to know it, but
so 30 total uses.
But each one does something different, and you have to smoke it to know it. But you also understand that the weight of these things is like, this is some serious dope. Like, maybe using it once to activate it makes sense, but not using all of them right away. Like maybe there's insight in each one. There's a lot of things, but there's also haiku. But it's in a language you don't know. You know it's a haiku because of the format it's presented, engraved into the top of the under of the lid. That has to be an answer.
Steve, always loving your riddles. Well, I will be enjoying these. I close it. I take out cloth and I actually wrap the case to ensure that no additional moisture gets inside. Not with cloth, like leather.
Yeah, some kind of protect, more padded measures. You got it.
Yeah.
As such, Brother Fields, do you readdress or try again?
Yeah, so I guess, do I finish casting Detect Magic?
Oh, sorry, yeah, you finished casting Detect Magic, and I never remember what Detect Magic actually lets you do.
Yeah, sorry, I cast it, but it didn't.
I know, I have to fix it. I'm learning. I forget that this is a new world, so the settings aren't the same naturally.
Yeah.
So, it's a pain in my own. That was some strong one.
I see Skills of Magic. I see the aura. I learn its School of Magic. That's it.
Okay. You understand that it. 1 second. Let's see what School of Magic is. Are you guys super well versed on all your schools of magic? Just out of curiosity.
Not really, and I don't think. Well, I'm a wizard. No, I'm a cleric, so I would know some maybe. But
it's an aberration spell.
Okay, cool. He probably would know what that means.
But... yeah, I mean, you haven't really learned a ton in magic. You just kind of learned the belief in Lathander rewards, and that's your understanding. It's not so much as I'm power. You don't think it's you. You believe you 100% are this is fucking Lathander. You were told we'll do it, and it's been done. It's proven.
Okay, so I see its aberration. I kind of go. Just putting my hand in didn't work. I ask very politely for it to give me what's inside.
You see the little lockpick just kind of ding, 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 ding. And it's scooting, but it's not scooting to get off. It's scooting for the letter to drop. As the letter drops like a paper parchment in the wind or a feather slowly going, it glides almost a little faster than such, but yet has more weight to it when it lands in your hand, almost like meaning. And it unravels and says, brother, I didn't think I'd ever have to refer to you as a higher standing than me after I gave up my title. Impressive. My dear friend and colleague, I must say at this rate, you must be blessed with something that you do not understand the value of. You were so petty when I met you. You stole bread food to survive. You know, a wise man steals value that can provide all things. A wise man steals one thing that can provide anything. Whatever that is, it must be more than food, because food doesn't provide everything, does it? Take this gift I present to you and use it to help your friends find meaning. Get into places you don't belong to learn. I need you now. I need you to break into where I am at, but do not tell them that I am a prisoner. Let them know they are coming to a hero, someone who needs them now. You see it signed off with a signature. You have a +2 lockpick that considers Thieves' Tool as advantage.
Oh,
Oh, baby.
is that okay?
I'll provide it.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. Sick.
These are all tethered to your backgrounds of my understanding.
Yeah. Cool.
I believe that's everyone, right?
I think so. Yeah.
You guys all have your own vows of understanding and recipients of such. And you all come together, finding some weird purpose, connection. And on this beautiful presented world map before you that was created in miniature form by Sid is a weird beacon along the coast that looks like a campfire is presented. Like a place of purpose, a goal to achieve. And then, as you all approach, a script appears. So you all come together. It is time we meet. Join me. There's a vessel waiting. After our campsite on the coast, we will ride to Zeroshi.
Are you guys gonna go?
Yeah. We got it right.
I
Are you
owe
kidding
my
me?
life
That sounds like an adventure.
to Steve.
I
And
trust
yes,
you. If this will get us there,
Zeroshi is a place I've always wanted to go. Or we're all from Zeroshi, right? Technically.
Yeah, you guys are all
Yeah.
believed. Like, even if you were adopted at this point, Bernie's like, "Fuck yeah, I'm a Zeroshi," and like he's like, "That's all. That's it. All I
Yeah.
can accept." So,
And
they all
I
praise
have,
about it. That's their entire goal of going back.
I hear that there is so much to learn, so much more plants, and oh boy, do I want to get my hand on the herbs there?
Clink. Okay. If
Listen,
you're going, then I'm going.
most of the adventures of Ranger Ted take place there. That's the adventure place. Not here. This place is boring. All they want to do is teach us to read and learn.
I
Over
believe
there,
it.
though.
Boys, you will excel under a more fast-paced curriculum, let's say. So I believe it is the will of the Flander that we go to this Zeroshi to find our mutual acquaintance.
Let me
Yep.
go to my home and collect my things, and I will meet
Yes.
you at the boat or vessel.
Won't have to fight, will we?
Probably. I hope so. Yes, adventures have fights, man. Look at all the armor you got. Don't worry.
As they
about
say that, I like run out
Armor
to go to my house.
protects me,
Like,
not to fight.
collect all my stash of everything.
Yep, you get
I try
everyone.
to gather
has plenty
like
of time to acquire
30 to 40 days worth of
weed
weed and
and product.
shrooms.
Me
Yeah.
being me, like I am ready.
You already have to go from couch to couch, so you're packed.
Yeah, you don't even
on
have
it
a home. You're like,
I
I'm
still
gonna
have 5 sandwiches left,
There
so
you
I
go.
feel
Yeah, you're
like I'm
set,
ready
yeah.
to go.
You're as prepared as ever. You got your little random lace that is now in its nice silk pouch that you kind of didn't patch, but you have like a weird makeshift cover of leather to avoid slipping your hand through the breachable covering of this material. You know, all you got to do is, I guess you made a hole to tip your arrows into to coat them with.
I think the only thing I would do if we're gonna sail before I went is like being a ranger, like I would go out and grab a whole bunch of like leaves, and then I would also try to find feathers for my bow or like arrows, like to craft more.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'd say easy enough. Like you probably have like little stashes and caches of like shit around in case of a invasion. That you're like, well, there's no invasion, but I'm gonna go invade somewhere else, so I'm gonna need it anyways.
The invasion is moving forward.
We are
I've
now
never
the
really
invaders.
done camping. I don't do anything, so I'll grab a bedroll and a mess kit, and that's literally the only stuff I'm bringing. Nothing else.
We'll figure it out. It's our first big adventure. You know, no, we don't have all this stuff. Yeah, I wouldn't have like a bedroll or anything like that. I would just have the stuff that the church gave me.
I mean, you could take a cot or like a hammock setup.
I would do that. I would try to grab what I could, maybe like an extra blanket, but I don't have like a ton of stuff, I would say.
I think I would shove like a bag's worth of leaves, and that is going to be my bed.
Yeah, love that.
All right, so I will add that item to your inventory. The way the bag of leaves works is if after 4 days the leaves deteriorate in their comfortity. If you sleep on a deteriorated bag of leaves or no bag of leaves because of your natural customization to doing so, you will get 1 point of exhaustion. If you do not find a location that has foldable leaves that are safe enough to sleep in, then you cannot rebuild such bag of leaves, but that is your dependency on travel.
What
Really
if I
simple to
talk
keep up.
other people into like letting me take over their like
That's totally
sleeping
fine.
arrangement?
Oh yeah, that's totally fine too. But you enjoy the sense of comfort upon sleeping. Like there is no such thing as a log. Like you're not a rock sleeper. You're like, no, I will build myself a comfort. But you had your bag of leaves is a carryable refresher, but every time you use it, it deteriorates and you have to refresh it. If you're in a zone that you burial forest shit, you're totally fine. But you do know on Zeroshi that there are deserts. Put it out there.
Ranger Ted made it through.
And he still had his bag of leaves at the end, so nonetheless, it's a fun little flavor to you.
I like it. I just always have a bag of leaves on me.
A sandbag, right? It's kind of like a water bed.
He can adapt,
Yeah.
maybe. Yeah, I mean, it's up to him, but
Yeah.
he's never had one, so that's another story altogether. Nonetheless, is there anyone else in acquiring or declaring any other natural travel arrangements?
I just want to look at what I have so far on my
I don't think
person.
you guys have like anything for the most part.
I have like a
I would-
ration, torch, backpack, water skin, clothes, wood knife, bedroll, rope, hemp, tinder box. I'd bring pen and parchment. Obviously, I think.
Okay. I'm just basically what I'm doing is you guys are saying it, and I'm gonna re-listen to this whole segment, and then I'm gonna add it to your guys' inventories as I go through it. And if it's a custom item, I'm gonna build it in.
And then I will bring coloring supplies and like blank
Yeah,
blank
like it.
paper,
For sure.
paints, if you will.
To be
Gotcha.
fair, because
Yeah, that rainbow look in the end. Was it good?
No,
It was
bad.
it was horrible. It was a lot of very
It's bad.
neutralized colors over each other.
Is it possible to like go buy a tent?
I mean, you don't have to buy one. You work for the church. You could just be like, "Yo, I need to borrow one." Check out,
Okay.
for other fields. Checked out a tent for 1 week's of tramping. You're lying, but you're a fucking thief at the end of the day. No one knows it, but you are. Yeah, like I said,
I would just
convinced
steal
you to
the-
join
I would
the
just
church
steal
being
the-
a thief without changing your ways. I mean, I don't know any other way of saying it. I'm surprised it was sounding so convincing.
I'll just steal the instead of lying. I feel bad about lying, so I just steal the tent instead.
Yeah, there you go, boom, and then you tell everyone else the church supplied them. You never tell your party you're a thief. You just always tell them, "Hey,
Yeah,
the church gave it to me. You're a fucking brother." It makes sense.
Yeah.
Checks out. Boop.
Checks out for sure.
As such,
because I am a doodler, I would make sure that I have like not chops.
yours are like what you, if you allow me, because of your nature, I actually thought of this for you. is they'd be charred wood bases that you use to do like ashen drawing. So it's more like a
Yeah.
permanency for your
I just
survival.
make sure
Because
that I
Ted the
have
Ranger
like
does such. I was
I
working on
make
that, but
sure
I
that I
didn't
have some.
finish it. You gotcha. So charcoal are just wood stumps that you can char, etc. Flint and steel, basically, so you can cause such and what have you.
Perfect.
I mean, not saying you're great at it, but you definitely attempt every time you're out there.
Oh yeah, I would definitely have like fire making supplies for sure.
Well, I mean, yeah, you smoke on a daily, so I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
producing such is more of an ease for you. Yeah, I don't think there's any special conditions at this time. You guys understand the basics. So you guys all head out?
Yep.
Yeah, let's do it.
As you head out, you all meet at the exit of town. How convenient timing. How odd that it all happened together. You all choose awkwardly or not, or silently arrive. Boom. At a fire that's already lit. And off in the distance. Give me a perception.
Yeah. Stuff.
Oh, pretty good.
Not bad.
These are the best rolls we've had all night.
These are really good rolls. As you guys all arrive, it looks like there was quite a bit of movement. And off in the distance, there's like a blur. None of you can make out exactly if it's maybe a rock or something, or maybe a ship. It's really hard to tell. But the fire is very, very hot. The logs are probably about 50% burnt, but plenty of life in them. And on this rock here, present above Bernie, there seems to be some kind of small little like jabbed in stick holding some kind of like leaflet flying in the wind of this brief breeze of the coast coming in and out.
How far away is the leaflet thing?
6 feet.
Oh, 6
But it's like a wet rock.
I'm gonna like come over to the edge here and just start molding earth and creating some type of like sitting area for myself.
You're creating a bench. Yeah, you're a nicely vined earthen bench.
This is the smoking bench.
I'm gonna
I'll
go
light
over
a pipe.
to the door, I guess I will walk over, try to grab it. I don't want to get in the water necessarily, but I'm gonna try it.
Did any of you guys bring like a extended arm like item, maybe, or what have you?
Yeah,
I mean,
like
it's not
lean
hard.
over, try to grab it. I don't know, if I can walk over there.
Yeah, I mean, you lean over, you snatch it. It says on it, "How to leave quickly. Another will come, but it'll be on you to get it there."
Mysterious, perhaps a rock. I turn over to, hey boys, left a note from our friend saying he went ahead of us, but something's gonna come get us, but it's up to us to get it there. It doesn't seem very helpful to me. What do you think?
Drill's
Maybe
gonna
we should turn back.
No.
Drill's gonna reply. The thunder will provide. As long as we have our eyes open and are we ready to receive Lathander's blessing. And he takes a huge hit of his pipe.
Very true.
Oh, she won't. And she'll just let us figure it out on our own. Either way, praise Lathander.
Praise of that, absolutely.
You guys hear, "Praise Lathander." Yep. You guys see a turtle appear before you all, coming off the coast, freshly wet, dripping from the ocean coast. And he goes, I was told to come over and introduce you to, well, Zaroshi's Express Undershell Service. Y'all know Sid? And that translates naturally to every individual's understanding.
Oh, you know Sid. Well, that's good news. A friend of Sid is a friend of mine.
A friend is a... He snaps his turtle jaw. Quick thought there, pal.
I'll take one last really big hit.
Hold it in.
What is this turtle service? Underwater shell ride?
Well, you see, no. We just call it that for flavor. You see, we're not so much non-adventurous, but we do enjoy our purposes of service. We know how to locate way of passage without need of ownership.
Will you, or can you, help us get there?
Exactly why I'm here. Some say pirates gonna come relax here, say sometime tonight. Few hours at best, arrive. This here fires to bait their interest. Smoke been making them come this way for some time, I reckon. When they arrive, we bob them in the head and take their vessel across to Zaroshi.
That is so Ranger Ted. Oh my god, I love it. We should throw more wood on this. We'll get more ships.
My there fella has a thought.
So you want me to throw more wood on? Okay.
Joe finds
Alright,
a
I'm
piece
gonna
of wood and
start,
throws it on.
Ooh, I have like incense and stuff like that, like for religious services in my inventory. Can I like put something in there that like changes the color of the smoke or something like that?
Sure. Okay. So you throw a little phosphorus like
Yeah.
materials to alternate the visual conception of it. Are you like sending an SOS signal, or are you trying to hope someone knows?
No, I'm just trying to make it even more noticeable, like really stand out.
Got it. Just really attract something. Sure. He already said it was, but you guys really want a lot of folks because who can handle more than one? You guys. All right. 4 ships show up. Hey, what's up? Who are these fuckers? Let's fuck them up. Love it. You guys are so enthusiastic. As such,
We're young and dumb.
I love
We
it.
have no clue.
I love it.
Yeah.
And you all don't know how to last very long, but I'll get y'all at least on it. Where we go from there, we'll see. I won't be in as fast as you, but who knows? Stick with me. He's real chill, Dro. You really vibe him. You don't think he's high. You think it's his natural state, but you vibe it. You're like, this is chill. Like, I can have a conversation with this guy while I'm high and not feel overwhelmed because I could process his words so slowly. You know, like they're not overwhelming.
Our conversation may only be 50 words, takes 3 hours.
Yeah. But that's what I got prepared right now. I didn't get much past that, but where are we feeling? Are we on board, off? Are we feeling strong, purposeful?
Stoked.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Feeling strong to get on this adventure.
Yeah.
Sweet. Those are some really deep origin stories, so those are going to be detailed. There are tons of things that are coming with it. This is a very low-level, heavy boon campaign because it's going to be really challenging. It's going to be real. I want you guys to be real creative with what you have as an asset of your natural beings. You guys are triplings from Zeroshi. There's some ancient blood going through you guys in some sense or form. The Thander's a real fucking badass because you guys have all been blessed by him. This is the vibe of belief, you know. So as long as you guys are a tribe right now. So I'm trying, we're starting strong, and then as you guys are going through your advancements, you guys decide in your own, development where we go. But I'm going to give you guys some cool, unique, special passive features. Vicini, I'll share with yours, right? Share yours soon with you because yours is almost done in development. It's really cool, and all of you guys will have a beneficial boon outside of that you guys generally understand can benefit from. So.
Cool.
A lot of deep character depth with that. But yeah, I hope you guys have a
Fun.
blast. I loved it. That was great. It's super funny, super exciting, and intense
Super fun.
all at the same time.
That's awesome.
And,
Thank you so much.
For sure. We're going to hopefully get into some fun combat. And this will be in 2 weeks. Let's see if we can finally get Legacy back up next week. Randall, I'm leaving it up to you to convince John that we need
John
Darko back.
says he's in next week.
All right.
See, but...
We're going to put him on the hot seat. We're going to make him decide everything. Everything. And if not, the kid's gonna come beat him up and put him on that torture wheel and do 99999 damage, and he's still not gonna die. It's just gonna hurt really bad. I'm gonna leave. So it'll happen if he doesn't show up. I promise you. But yeah. Otherwise, guys, hope you had a blast, and I'm gonna continue dropping some awesome stuff, and we will see you then next.
Appreciate it.
Latest.
Later.
Night, everyone.